Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, and Peter. How you doing today?
Good morning, Carlos. Yeah, I'm doing great today. Hoping to have a better day today, trading-wise, than yesterday. Not that it was bad. I just never found any trades. My only trade was like at the close, my 1 to 10, and that means for a boring day. So I'm hoping for more today. Lots more.
Yep.
Big trades. And we should have it. We have a ton of earnings to talk to you about today. Of course, with the big one, Nvidia having reported after the close yesterday. They had a whole lot of friends reporting with them. And then we got a few more this morning. So I see a number of them on the gappers list. So we'll get to them. Other than that, Carlos, are you digging out of the snow yet? What's going on there? Are you building igloos?
Actually, yesterday was hot, man. Yesterday it came up to at least, felt like 60, but it went up to like 45. So a lot of the snow is starting to melt down. So not bad, man. Not bad. And today's going to go up to 40 something again. So this snow is not going to last as long as the last one. The last one lasted 2 weeks because it was just cold. We had a pretty cold weather. So, Peter, the biggest problem we're having down here is the Canadian geese. My goodness. They're all over. I don't know what has happened. I mean, we see a few of them. They're everywhere. They're just, you cannot go anywhere without seeing them. And I'm learning more about this bird. I didn't know much about this bird, but they're dying, unfortunately. A lot of them they have this sick flu that's going around. So you find them dead all over the place. So far, we reported like 1,000 dead birds because they got some virus that's going around. And man, they eat and poop all over.
That's what they do.
Oh man, so other than that, man, things are good. Can't complain. Snow should be gone in a few minutes here. I still left the car. There was one car that I didn't even dig out, Peter. I said, you know what, that's gonna wait till like September. I don't care. I'm not digging that one out. I did too, and that's good enough. We could work with those for now. All right, here it is, friends. Gappers List brought to you by TradingTerminal.com. This morning we are actually full on both sides today. So red and green this morning. They're mean. No, they're not mean. No, we walk right by them, James. They're actually, I tell my kids not to run and touch them, but they have not attacked any of my kids. That's why I'm taking them to school every morning. I see them every morning, every day. So,
then they clearly haven't nested yet, because when they nest, there's so many stories, especially up here, where like they'll make a nest right beside a path on the way to a school or an office, and then they defend that nest with their lives. And they will attack you viciously. So yeah, clearly they're just just visiting.
Not experienced
they're not nesting yet. So.
Yeah, we have not experienced that, but they're mind their own business. I love the guy, this janitor guy. He's his job every day is to clean the path, because if you don't look down, trust me, you're gonna be in it. And he put up these dog signs. Like, these dog signs they put out, the little fake dogs. They put in the yard to try to kind of scare them away. They don't care. They're hanging out next to him. It's just next to the dog thing, and that's like it's not working. So he's trying everything he can, but it is not working. All right, friends, a lot to see on here.
They're not really afraid of anything.
That did not work for them at all. He put them all over the yard. I felt so bad for him because every morning he's out there trying to make a path. But here it is, friends. As you mentioned, Peter, tons of earnings, tons of stuff on the gap up and down this morning. We're going to dive into all of them as best as we can. We won't be able to get through everything on here, but we'll get the majority for sure, at least the big ones. But Peter, before we dive into that, what is the latest and greatest on our U.S. economic calendar this morning?
Yeah, today it's about jobs. We had the jobs numbers that just came out a couple of minutes ago. So as you can see, initial job claims 217,000. Forecast, the actual was slightly lower at 212. And same thing with the continuing job claims. 1.86 million was the number that was forecast. 1.83 was the actual number. So that's a little bit better than anticipated. The market is not going to do much with that. And so far, let's see here. Nope, not doing much. It's just continuing trundling on its way a little bit higher this morning. So we got a green market, and it looks like we're just going to stay that way. Well, I put on here that the vice chair, Michelle Bowman, is going to be testifying in front of Congress starting at 10 o'clock. I don't know if that's going to have any market impact. It all depends on how that conversation goes, what questions they ask, how animated it gets. Bowman's got a lot of experience in this conversation, so I doubt they're going to get off script too much. But you never know, right? Congress can go all over the place with their weird questions, and it's always an opportunity for grandstanding. Sometimes their questions are 5 minute long position pieces, and then they pretend to have a question at the end of it. So, anyways, we'll see if the market has any reaction whatsoever to that. That whole event could also lead to comments out of the White House, depending what happens. But again, all of that is speculation. It could very well also be nothing. So other than the jobless claim data, the data, there's no more data anyways for today. So, let's look. I can't speak. My goodness. Let's just look at all of the earnings that we had, because there's a ton of them overnight. And I said this is partly why our gappers list is so big on the up and the down. There's stuff all over the place here.
Yeah, and as I'm looking at it a little more close, I can see there's like some combination of sectors, right? So you see quantum clearly, QBTS, QUBT, Rigetti, clearly they're up this morning, so a little bit of action there. Celsius, is this the drink or something else? I think that's the drink. It is the drink. I want to say it is Celsius holding here, but
yeah, that's the one that we.
That's the one. Okay. So yeah, so it's a combination.
Getting ourselves a drink.
We did not almost die. Oh man.
All
right. We'll see. We did. It was not bad. Not bad. I won't buy it again.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, but it's not I'm not running to 7-Eleven to pick that up. That's for sure. Here it is, friends.
I did feel my heart beating faster afterwards, though. I'm not sure if it was just in my head or not, but it felt like I was turbo charged for a while.
There you go. Friends, HCTI is the first one on deck this morning, up 41% and moving lower in the last couple of minutes from the pre-market highs and yesterday's post-market highs as well. So here we have a float of less than a million shares flow. So pretty low flow, Peter. In play this morning, it does have shares for sure, which I assume cannot be much, and it's not. As soon as I pull that up, look at this. 300 shares available with Interactive Brokers. That's probably not going to be there by the time we get to it. But Peter, what's the latest and greatest on this one?
Well, we're seeing some of the quantum move because there was earnings on QBTS, so that's causing a few to move. This is a quantum stock, but it's a healthcare related quantum stock, and but it's got its own news. So the company is called Healthcare Triangle, and I love it when you read a headline and you have to read it 3 times to figure out. Like, I understand all the words, I think, but then they got stuff in there that, well, maybe some of the words I don't understand. So here, I'll read you the headline. Healthcare's Triangle Quantum Nexus partners with TNG Digital to integrate Zilloy mental health services into TNG e-wallet in Malaysia. What? What did I just say? Apparently they're deploying something in Malaysia, something called Zilloy mental health services into the TNG e-wallet, which I don't even know what that is. So they're putting a service in an e-wallet in Malaysia with another company. Yippee-yay. That's why it's moving.
All right. There you go.
There it is. Totally confuse you. Anyway.
Yeah. I'm going to skip this one.
Yeah. Am I going to trade it? No.
No.
There you go. Maybe that's all.
No.
I should have started with that.
But there it is, friends. Again, in play. If you like these type of tickers, if you like these low flow stocks, clearly this one is in play. Again, just be very careful. You probably can only trade it long anyways, because typically things like this don't have many shares for short. Yeah, but it's only like 300 units.
Wait, no.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I just clicked on it. 300 shares. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be gone. So if you try to get that, might not be actually be updated right away too. Yeah, it's gonna be gone pretty quickly. All right, let's look at NTNX. It's the next one on here, friends. And this one, it is up 14%, 368,000 shares traded. Another one that we see this one plenty of times in the past, actually. It's not a low flow. It doesn't get great volume, and it doesn't trade very well. So today, this morning, they're up 14%. Looks like some action after hours last night and driving into this morning. But again, I just don't like this one. Don't like the daily. I think there'll be better things to look at.
Yeah, this is an earnings play from after the close yesterday. It's actually, of all the stuff out there, I didn't even bother to put this one on the list. They had a good quarter. They beat their number. they raised their guidance on bottom line earnings, but they cut their guidance on revenue, saying that they just don't have enough. They've got server shortages, so they can't. They're not going to be able to hit their revenue target because they can't deliver as much as they had anticipated. So sort of a mixed picture here. It is still gapping up, as you point out. With so many things, we're not going to focus on anything substandard or that doesn't meet all the criteria. This doesn't meet all the criteria. Volume's just too low.
Yeah, I agree. We're gonna look for the top quality stuff this morning, and we should have a lot of it. Let's look at two more, then we're gonna hop around here. Look at quantum because quantum is all over this list as well. But let's start here with CE. What's next? CELH. So this is a Celsius drink that we tried in the past. CELH. And Peter, they're up pretty good here, 14%. Their daily has been pretty wild, up and down, and today getting a nice big gap up this morning. The float on this one is 198 million. The issue with these guys is just the volume. The volume is extremely light. We watched them before. They don't trail that well, but maybe today could be the difference in the way they trade.
Yeah, Celsius Holdings, as far as I know, all they do is produce those drinks, those beverages. Brands. Well, maybe not. Hold on. What are their brands? They've got Celsius drink. That's it. That's all they deliver. So, when you go down earnings, Carlos, sometimes you run into surprises. Shake Shack. Do you know Shake Shack? We all know Shake Shack,
Yeah,
right?
we got a few. Yeah, we got a few here.
Yeah, you get some burgers, you get a shake. Anyway, Shake Shack, they're all over the place. They had their quarterly earnings this morning, and they delivered $400 million worth of revenue. That was their revenue in the quarter. How much revenue do you think Celsius Holdings had?
100, half of
Yeah,
that.
see, that's about what I would have guessed too. No,
Okay.
637 million. How is it that
Wow.
they do 50% more revenue than Shake Shack? Deliver just making these drinks. I don't understand. Anyways,
Hey, man, listen. It's easy to grab
big
off the
business.
shelf. Big business.
Big
you know,
business.
their bottles
Anyways,
look good. Their marketing looks good. It looks good. Doesn't taste
uh,
good, but that I see that.
well,
I see that.
anyways, sorry, 638 was the forecast. They actually delivered 721 million with the revenue, so almost double, not quite, but almost double of what a Shake Shack. So, anyways, they beat their numbers in the quarter. Celsius Holdings basically set record revenue. They increased their forecast. They increased their guidance. I mean, these are types of companies that I don't understand because I used to work in IT where our gross margins were like 10 to 12%. Bottom line margins were 3 to 4. They've got, gross margins of low 50s. So basically, whenever you're buying one, barely half of the cost covers production, not even. So all the rest
Yeah.
is marketing and overhead and, corporate profits and executive salaries and private jets. And anyways, Celsius Holdings, not one that we normally trade, Carlos. It just doesn't usually get enough volume. And like I said, on a day like today, when you have so many to pick from, not picking this one. It's still fascinating to me, the company, but I'm not going to trade it.
Yeah. Yeah. Be very, very careful with that one. I don't think it's gonna trade well, friends, and we'll leave it alone. All right, let's all right, so I think we covered the top four here. Joby, since we spoke about it yesterday, then we'll hop around and look at the quantum
Yep.
stuff, and then we'll see what Peter has for us. But Joby, we spoke about this yesterday. They had their deal with Uber and Dubai and getting some planes up in there to transfer people.
Right.
Big gap up yesterday, or at least volume. This morning, they're up 5.7, 2.9 million shares traded. So the action continues here, Peter. What's the latest and greatest, if anything new on it?
Yeah, so they front no, they front ran anyways
Ran.
their earnings with that news out of Dubai. Well, the news that with Uber Air, they are going to be launching in Dubai. They did have earnings after the close. They beat their numbers as you would expect. And they said that they're actually going to double their production of aircraft, vehicles. I guess they're vehicles of some sort. Anyways, they're going to double their production over the course of the next year to try and meet demand and anticipate that they're going to have to double again if, and pun completely intended, if the Uber Air takes off. But so There you
Yeah.
go. Joby's a maybe. It can actually trade. I was surprised it didn't trade better yesterday. So that makes me a
Mm-hmm.
little skeptical for today. Don't forget it's a NYSE stock. We were watching this a little bit at the open. It didn't really get off and run like I was hoping yesterday. So I'm now worried that you might waste your time watching it today. So it's a maybe, but as we go through the list, you'll see there's so many other things that we can put our eye to that it's probably gonna, fall off the bottom very quick.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're gonna land in the airport. Are you gonna skip the terminal security and all of that? That would be nice. That probably might be worth it here, right? There it is. You
Okay.
take it from wherever you want right to the airport. They land in the tarmac and into the plane. That would be sweet if they could do that.
I
Um,
don't I don't think that's the way it's gonna work. I can't imagine. I would imagine it's like a different terminal and then you gotta move over and do the normal.
yeah,
But yeah, that would certainly be a benefit.
yeah, yeah. So see how it goes. I guess again, Peter won't be first. He might be second or third, but
No,
he's not gonna be first.
definitely
All
not
right.
first.
Joby's
Very clear
interesting.
about that.
I like this ticker. I'll probably add it to my secondary list. I like watching it, see what it does here. So it probably will be on the secondary. It's not going to be front and center. I'm probably not going to look at it today because I think some of the main stuff is going to be a lot more hot and popular today. But we'll keep it on the secondary list for now. Now, Peter, I see Rigetti. I see Quantum, QUBT, QBTS all on this list this morning. Anything driving these guys specifically today?
Um, I think they're all moving a little bit of sympathy with QBTS. Now, what's interesting is QBTS, they actually missed their numbers, but we have to remember. So QBTS is D-Wave Quantum, um, and look, we're not judging them based on how much revenue, right? The revenue forecast was 4.1 million. Again, a quarter of an Andrew or so. They actually delivered 2.7 million of revenue. I mean, you know, that's not in a quarter. Andrew can do better than that. So it like we don't really care how much money they made. That's not what the company is being judged on at this point in time, or any quantum stock. They did say that they've secured a future sale of $20 million worth of quantum systems. They say their bookings are up significantly, a record number $32 million worth of bookings, including a major sale to Florida Atlantic University and a couple of Fortune 100 customers they have not disclosed. And they say that they made an acquisition I wasn't aware of, a Quantum Circuits. Apparently they're closing on that. So bottom line, they had pretty good news, right? They're continuing to position themselves well in the market. They're showing some sales, and there's some like weird quantum news out there. IonQ. We'll maybe get to that, Carlos. So D-Wave is a maybe. You can look at that. It's so despite their quarterly earnings that nobody cares about, you can see that it's gapping up, and there's a bunch here that are gapping up. The IonQ also had earnings, and they actually beat their numbers in quarter. They actually have more of an established pipeline, by the way, because they sell a little bit more than Quantum, so they've got some existing product sales. And it's funny when we sort of joke about everybody being Quantum. To me, one of their big announcements at their earnings call was the fact that they have won a contract to provide their solution. This is IonQ I'm talking about now, to provide their solution to the Romania quantum network. Uh, if you had to ask me to guess, I would not have guessed that Romania has a quantum network. Apparently they do. And IonQ is providing support to it. I mean, no reason why they can't. But it's like there's quantum going on everywhere. So there you go.
Yeah, yeah. There it is, friends.
So I think
So,
IonQ and QBTS are probably the best
yep.
two to trade of the sector. So QUBT is out there moving. Rigetti is moving. Again, those feel just their sympathy to QBTS and IonQ, which both had earnings. So I like IonQ better than QBTS at the moment, but pick either one if you like the sector.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with IonQ. I think that one is a good one, so I'm gonna put that on there, and we'll see how it goes. It looks good this morning. Pre-market action is nice, up 14%, 4.6 million. You look at it, you could look at any other ones as Peter mentioned. Pick your favorite. Rigetti, although I know they're not with the news here, they also could be very nice to trade. Usually this is the one I end up trading is Rigetti, so I might put Rigetti in a secondary list, just because I personally like that one out of all the quantum stuff that we look at. All right, friends, back to our list here. Let's continue. So that covers a lot of the quantum stuff, Peter. Let's go right to you. Anything else gapping up this morning? Maybe earnings that have not made the list or anything on this list that we haven't covered yet that you like today?
Well, Snowflake, SNOW. They're right down there at the bottom of the list. You can see they beat their numbers in the quarter and are gapping up as a result. Pretty low volume. It's a NYSE stock, so again, volume doesn't usually hit until the opening bell rings. And while it's not at the moment gapping up enough to make our list, we of course can't ignore the big boy, Nvidia. Nvidia is up by about 1% right now. It jumped up quite significantly. I mean, it was up about 6-7% after the close and the announcement. Came right back down to go red, and now it's back up here again. So Nvidia is always an interesting one. It's actually done this the last few quarters. They get good quarterly earnings report. They actually move down in the day after the earnings, but end up moving up in the following 2 weeks. So we'll see if that sort of pattern follows, sort of plays out here again, because they are green, but not by much. They were red earlier. It's, I mean, Nvidia's in a tough spot, of course, well, a tough spot. They're in a lovely spot, but just from an earnings point of view, the only way they could gap up significantly and hold on to it is if they just blow the doors off of it and just amaze everybody with their numbers. But with so much scrutiny on the company, it's really hard for them to surprise and amaze, right? Like it's all, they're gotten too
Right.
big. They're just, there's everybody's like dipping in every part of their business. I mean, they have more analysts covering them than pretty much any other company out there right now. So it's pretty hard to surprise and amaze. So we'll see what Nvidia does. It actually traded pretty well yesterday. I was surprised. Usually going into earnings, things sort of get quiet, waiting for it to happen. But there was some good trading opportunity on it. Like it moved a lot more than I would have expected. It certainly wasn't flat, right? Rising off the open, and giving you a little sort of pullback entry, even if you were interested in playing that. So it's I think it's in play. To me, top of the list for this morning.
Yeah. I like it.
Also on the green side, let's see, we talked about that. I talked about my lovely Shake Shack. Here's an interesting one that's, well, it's just sort of green here this morning. But how about Warner Brothers? They had earnings. They just barely, WBD, Warner Brothers, they just met on revenue. They actually missed their bottom line earnings. Does anybody care? I mean, Warner Brothers, we just want to know what the hell's going on with the acquisition. Is it closing? Is it, is it Netflix? Is it Paramount? What's going on? I mean, we believe it's going
Yeah,
to be Netflix, right? Um,
I
but
think so.
I feel like they've gone really quiet.
Yeah.
So and they had this earnings. It's sort of like they just dropped like a half page on earnings and said, "Oh yeah, by the way, we had our earnings." I don't think they even hosted an earnings call at this point. They're in a very quiet period. So I'm not sure where things are going to go. It's a little again uncertain right now. So I don't know if this is going to be an opportunity for it to move. As far as I know, they don't have any press releases or information to to release that they're planning on or they've announced. So, anyways, probably not tradable. But I just thought it was interesting that they had earnings and it was such a non-event for their earnings.
It really
Um,
was. I mean, if you look at it, there's nothing happening. Nobody cares.
yeah,
Just tell us
yeah.
who's
Like even
buying you.
even the details on it, like literally they just said, here's our revenue, here's our earning target, and that's it. Like they didn't, there's no no growth expectation. They didn't put forward any forecasts. They just, they sort of just they half-assed it. They really
Yeah, really.
didn't put any effort into it. Anyways, I think that is it for the gap up. We got a bunch of other earnings, but they're all gapping down. So we'll handle those on the other side of the ledger.
All right, let's do that, friends. On the gap downside of things, you can see some big numbers here: 35, 25, 23, 21, 18. So some bigger numbers on this side here. Let's start with EOSE. And this one on here you can see is gapping down 32%. Just made a new low here in the pre-market, and continues. 12.5 million shares traded. So here they're taking a big dive this morning. Actually started the rollover. So what's going on here? What's the latest and greatest?
EOS Energy Enterprises. I don't know. They were on the earnings. I didn't pay attention to them. They missed bad though. The analysts thought they were going to deliver 91 million worth of revenue. They delivered 58. Like that's pretty big miss. They were expected to lose 20 cents a share. They lost 84 cents a share. That's like 4 times what people thought. So that being said, they actually said we've got a lot more cash in the bank than expected, so we can continue to fund our operations for a while. I don't know. I don't think we've ever traded this, Carlos. I don't remember this ever being on our list before. So it actually looks good pre-market. 13 million shares traded here, down 31%. It looks better than it should. So I'm not sure what to do with this one because it actually looks pretty good. But I just have no familiarity with it, and the news is pretty bad. So
Yeah, I love the pre-market action. Whether I put it on my list, I'm not sure. Maybe a possible. I don't like the lower price, but man, this is moving and we got some volume. So I'm inclined to put it here next to Rigetti and just let's come back to it. Because I think the volume, the numbers, everything looks great. They already this pre-market already. If you look at the daily, they're trading what they almost did yesterday, the entire day in the pre-market. So again, all eyes on this one today. I think the volume is going to be really good for us this morning. So we'll keep an eye on it. Let's see what else we can take off this gap down list. ARRY is next. These guys are down 25%. Not a whole lot of volume. So big drop here, but not a whole lot of movement. Last night, got the ball rolling. So big gap down today, Peter. I'm assuming earnings on this one. Array Technologies.
again, another one that I'm not that familiar with that I don't think we've seen on our list before, Array Technologies. They had earnings yesterday after the close. Basically it's all about their guidance. There looks like their earnings were okay, but their guidance was a lot lower than expected. So that's got people depressed. They do have a big order book sitting out there. What is the size of this company? They've got a $1.6 billion market cap. Yeah, with a $1.3 billion in sales annually and a $2.2 billion book. So that book is I guess it's your unrealized sales at this point. So that's good. They've got like almost 2 years worth of sales in the book right now. So all in all, I don't think, look, like I keep saying, right? On a day like today, when you got so many options, don't pick anything substandard. This one just doesn't make the grade.
Yeah, agreed. All right, continuing here, friends. AI is also here this morning. We are down, wow, 24% on AI. So yeah, ouch. So 2 million shares traded. We have traded this one in the past. It's actually a good trader for us. We actually have a lot of trades in the past on this one. It did move pretty well. Did get a lot of action. And look at it go, man. We were up around 44 about 2 years ago. Last year we hung out around 24. Then coming into this year, we're just going into single digits, man, down at $8, $7. So clearly not doing hot here, Peter. They're getting destroyed on the daily, and today they're just adding on to that. So down 24%. What's going on with this one, and are you going to have it on your list this morning?
Yeah, well, Carlos, this is where you need to ask who's getting fired, and the answer is 26% of their staff is getting fired. So,
Oh, there you go.
it's bad news all the way around. So, one out of every 4 staff at C3 AI is getting the boot. They've announced a complete corporate restructuring. They're blaming their sales team. They said basically their sales team sucks, so they haven't sold enough. So they're completely restructuring the sales team, firing most of them, and because of that, they have to cut a quarter of the staff. So, obviously they had earnings, they missed their numbers, but this corporate restructuring is really the news that's causing the biggest concern. Often cutting staff, Wall Street and the markets can sometimes like that news because it means that you're getting leaner and more effective. You'd think as an AI company, they would do some sort of spin where they're leveraging AI to improve their operations. They didn't even go there. They just went old school. We're corporate restructuring and we need to streamline operations. We're getting rid of staff. That's really all they did. So I think there's an
No
opportunity lost there.
sugarcoating. No
Yeah,
sugarcoating
they
on this
missed an
one.
opportunity. Spin it, even if it's not
Yeah.
quite what's happening. Spin it. They didn't do that.
They're like, hey, we're
Yeah,
getting so good and efficient. We don't need some of these sales guys. AI is
yeah,
gonna do it.
yeah. I mean,
Uh,
you'd think that you could make that all happen. I mean, shouldn't that be your brand? But in any event, they didn't go that route, and yeah, as you said, the company is down. Well, ironically, the company is down right now 24%, which is almost the same percentage as the number of staff getting axed. So keep in mind, this is a NYSE stock again, trades on the New York Stock Exchange. So wait for that volume. I sort of like this one. I think there's further downside potential. We'd have to wait and see. Once again, it's a lower price one, so it's tough, Carl. I find it tough on these days
yeah.
where you just have too many things that are potentials because we know that an hour and a half from now, right? An hour, which will be an hour after the market open, we're gonna look back and say, oh my God, like this one moved or that one moved, but are they going to be
I
the ones
know.
that we're watching? That's the problem, right? You can't watch
Yep.
everything. So
I like AI, man, and we have had some really good experience trading this one. I think today could be one of those days, but I don't like the lower price. I'll be honest. I'm gonna put it in a secondary for now, and we'll keep a look at it. We have a great secondaries list actually. We're Getty, EOSE. I'm not too sure about in AI, so a good secondary list. But again, I think there's just some better tickers out there for us to trade. But let's see. Let's see how this lineup continues to build. If it doesn't, we can move some of these AI and maybe Rigetti up the list here. So let's see what happens. All right, let's continue. PRCT on deck this morning does not look good. Don't like the volume. Definitely don't like the pre-market. They're down 20% here, but again, I don't like anything that I'm seeing here. Procept Biorobotics is the name of the company.
ERCT. I have to admit, not one that I've looked up. It's a medical device company. Looks like they had earnings today. I mean, there's so many with earnings that I didn't flag them all. Is this on there? Let's see if it's even on my list somewhere. I don't even see it anywhere on this list, but it's so deep it could very well be here. Blah blah blah. I don't even know. They issued guidance that's gives 25 to 30% revenue growth. They said they're going to deliver about 70% gross margins. All that sounds good. Clearly the market's not buying it, but look at that volume. Again, look, too many better things. So whatever's going on, we don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care. Maybe you care.
agreed.
Maybe this is
I
where
don't
you're going to
care.
make all your money today. I don't know, but not me.
Yeah, won't be me either on this one. Let's take a look. What do we have here? We have someone on X, and I just remember now that I see TTD on here. Every morning they came in and they put, hey, can you look at TTD? And I kept forgetting to look at it. Hopefully he's around today because we are going to look at TTD today. TTD, usually the trade desk, excuse me, let me be respectful. The Trade Desk is the name of the company. Hopefully that person is here today. I'm not a big fan of the way they trade. I'm not a big fan of the way that the Trade Desk trades, and there's probably too many T's in there. But yeah, man, I'm not sure. Here it is, Peter. It is down today, 14%, 3.7 million shares traded. If there's any day that you could see some action, could be today. So there they are. And these companies, they make actual desk, right? The one that goes up and down. Let me go to the company. The Trade Desk. Is that what they do? I believe it is.
No, I thought they were an advertising company.
Oh, is that what they
They,
do? Okay. So they
Yeah.
it doesn't even match what they do. All right. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
You like these guys, Peter?
Their advertising platform helps advertisers find new audiences and grow their brands with cutting edge technology. Um, but no, it's funny. I've watched this many times, and I keep thinking it should trade. It should give us some opportunity, and rarely does it. So maybe today, it always looks good pre-market, and then often just disappoints me when the market opens. They actually beat their numbers in quarter. They reported last night after the close, but their forward-looking guidance was a little lower than expected. Those look like marketing executive type people, don't they?
This guy
Look
looks
at
like
that.
the guy from Shrinking.
Okay. Oh, man.
All right, here we go. Okay.
Anyways, but yeah. So look, they're gapping down 14%. They're actually moving up pre-market here. Again, I'm not sure what to do with it because it's one that's deceptive. As I said, my experience has been that when the opening bell rings, it just doesn't quite deliver on the goods. It doesn't give me the type of movement that I'm looking for. So,
Yeah.
buyer beware. Trade it if you want. I can, and that's why maybe that person was asking
Wow.
you, Carlos, to look at it pre-market because all pre-market it always looks good. But just call up a daily, like zoom in onto the daily chart. You can sort of see how relatively small each candle is, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of gapping days, where it gaps just a little bit. But look how tiny all these little candles are, right? Like they're only. What is the ATR on this? It's $1.28. So on an average day, this stock moves $1.28. So it's not really that big of a mover.
Yeah. Again, if today might be the best day, right when it gaps down like this, but I'm not a big fan, so I'm gonna skip on this one for now. All right, Peter, let's take a look at what you like this morning, coming off the gap down list. Anything else here that you want to cover this morning?
We got a few more stuff that had earnings that I wanted to make sure to mention. CRM, which is Salesforce, had earnings after the close. Good numbers, but they're not being recognized for that right now. You can see that big candle after the close there. They zoomed up quickly and then dropped. Their quarter was good. Their guidance was okay as well. But I think that they just weren't playing a strong enough card on the quantum, sorry, the AI story. They were saying that they see growth as a result of AI, but I just felt that they didn't sort of make a good story out of it. They actually focused more on cloud services than AI. Nobody cares about cloud anymore. It's just assumed everybody's got cloud, whatever. But I don't know. They're gapping down. CRM's typically like this, where they will gap down no matter how good their numbers are, but then actually go up once the market opens. So I think they might be worth watching for that respect, just to see what happens. Again, volume's pretty good, 1.6 million. It's a nicey stock once again. So again, wait for that volume to hit. But CRM does, can move absolutely once the opening bell rings. These guys have an ATR of almost $9, so we'd certainly get more range on them. Zoom. How about that? We haven't talked about Zoom in quite a while. We only get to them on earnings. They had a good quarter, but had low guidance. No volume here this morning. So it was fun when it was a pandemic play, but you know, hasn't been fun since. So Zoom ain't zooming.
Yeah.
And what else we got? Baidu. They had earnings this morning as well. A little bit of a mixed picture. They met revenue but missed on their bottom line. And I think that was it from the earnings. I said there's just so many of them. I was just trying to pick out some highlights that I thought were meaningful. I noticed that Baba and JD are also gapping down. I assume that's sort of a sympathy. Once again, the Chinese sector seems to just be moving all together recently, right? So Baba, Baidu, Billy, JD, PDD, they all move as a block. And, with earnings on Baidu, they're all sort of gapping down. Yesterday, we had some interesting movement on crypto, which is worth mentioning. Usually intraday, Carlos, we've talked about this many times. Crypto prices tend to move overnight and on weekends. But
Yep.
yesterday, like Bitcoin prices went up $5,000 over the course of the trading day, and we saw some of the crypto offerings sort of move along with it. So crypto was sort of in play yesterday. You could pick whichever one you like there. The coin was really moving well yesterday. Hood, Mara, MSTR, right? They all had good intraday moves yesterday. So maybe this is signaling a change. I don't want to get too excited because it might not do anything, after this. But yesterday gave some hope that maybe we can start trading some of the crypto-related stocks intraday a little bit better, because usually they just gap and then don't trade during the day. So I just thought I'd note that. And then, of course, we can't ignore our precious metals, silver and gold. They are just continuing to move. People are continuing to watch them and try and trade them. I still don't like trading the related offerings, but I notice every single day, like AG as a stock, which is just a silver mining company, right? It's First Majestic Silver, but if you look at their volumes over the last little while, their volumes in the last year or so, trading volumes has gone up significantly, where they used to trade about 10 million shares a day. Now they're up to almost 30 million shares a day. So they seem to be on our list every day. They're always gapping up or down one way or the other. And just because they're gapping up doesn't mean they won't sell off. So you can see this, just look at their daily. How many red candles do you see that start well above the previous close, right? So they'll gap up and sell off, gap up and sell off all the time. So silver continues to be in play, whatever stock or ticker you want to pick. So other than that, we haven't even talked, other than Nvidia, right? We haven't talked about any of the old standbys. So let's start with the semiconductor sector. Oh, well, you got Tesla there. Let's talk about Tesla. You're there. It's gapping down here this morning. Tesla was actually not all that great of a trader yesterday, in my opinion. Pretty choppy, stuck in a range. We were looking for it to get up through the 420 yesterday. It was sort of, looked like it was going to try a couple of times. It did it. I think it got over it like once right after the open, and then sold right back off. So never could make it back there. So I think just because of that, it might be worth watching today. Tesla's always on the list, right? We don't need to say much.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we see it every
NVIDIA
morning. The volume comes in
the
and
semiconductor
shoots
sector.
up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, semiconductor sector, is interesting just because Nvidia is the only one that's still green. It is heading down at the moment, but I was looking across the board and almost everything else is in the red. AMD, Broadcom, Micron, Intel, although Intel just went green a second ago, but anyways, it's red again. Their SMCI, which actually we were watching yesterday, I was looking at for a potential trade in the afternoon. They're all sitting red today. So I think semis with NVIDIA's news are going to be in play. We have to keep in mind, NVIDIA they are delivering well, right? Not only did they have a very aggressive forecast, they beat the forecast. Some of the news analysts, as they're reporting it, are saying the market is not responding to NVIDIA's blockbuster earnings. Well, it's only blockbuster because they've delivered more. It's a bigger earnings number than they've ever had in the past, but everybody expects that of NVIDIA, right? That they're always going to have a bigger earning than the last time. So, like I said, that puts them in a tough position where, basically being better than you were last time is the base expectation. So that's pretty crazy. So in any event,
I'm going to add these guys here. I got Coin and Tesla on my list, NVIDIA and IonQ. And I like the list for now. I think a lot of stuff just looks mediocre, and we just kind of got to wait to see what happens today.
So maybe if we can pause it there. I can let you know what's happening in the community really quickly. And then, Carlos, I'm going to go over and trade live with our friends at Peak Capital, the trading boot camp. So I'm going to leave you alone.
Yeah, man. Good luck trading today. We'll catch up later. So
sure. So guys, if you're looking for stuff to do and you're part of the Bearable Trading community, we've got it for you. Starting with, first off, for everybody, you don't actually have to even be a member. So if you're out there on YouTube or you're on X and you want to get a free webinar, 1 o'clock go to Trading Terminal. Look up the webinars. It'll be on the bar, sort of the bottom of the left-hand side of your screen. You should find the webinars button. Click on that. Nathan's going to be giving a live webinar about how to use order flow in your trading. We've got a Market Atlas tool that's part of the Trading Terminal environment, and it's a great tool. We use it every day here now. We've gotten used to it. It was new to us just a few months ago, and we've now incorporated it as a core part of how we trade. If you want to understand how it works and how you can use it, Nathan's going to help you out with that. So that'll be at 1 o'clock today in Trading Terminal. So go to the Trading Terminal webinars. In the Bearable Trading community, we have our mentorship sessions today. So at 11 o'clock and noon, we've got Lenny and Jared respectively. Lenny's going to focus on trend trading. Jared's going to focus on options. Those are both in the webinar room for our elite members. So we got a busy day. We got stuff at 11, 12, and 1 for people in different parts of our community. And then, of course, tonight, Thor's going to be back, I believe. Now, Thor, if you're out there, confirm, because he's been in Vegas and he was at the Money Show and helping support, especially with Andrew not having made it with his flights. He was doing sort of double duty out there, but I think he's going to be back doing his mentorship tonight. So we'll assume that that's happening, scheduled regular time, 8 p.m. So there you go. That's what we've got. If you want to join us at the Bearable Trading community and be part of this chat room, which is great. I got a bunch of trading ideas yesterday from it. Being part of a community is fantastic. Whether you're having a good day or a bad day, it's always good to have like-minded people whom you can talk with and leverage. Take a look at us, right? Whether you want to just join using the intro offer or you want to go and commit and get one of the elite packages, we'd love to have you. It's a great place to be. Bearbulletraders.com is the place to go, and you can find these offers. So with that, Carlos, I'll let you do levels and handle the trading open, and I'm going to join our friends at P Capital.
All right, absolutely, man. Trade safe, and we'll see you a little bit later. All right, guys, let's get in here. Let's get some levels in place. I am going to be looking at our good buddy Nvidia. We'll start there. So Nvidia clearly in play today, so we're going to start doing some levels for that. Let me get to my daily. Here we go. All right, on the daily, friends, high of the pre-market on Nvidia, not up a lot. It's just very quiet this morning, so we'll see what it does. 198.99 is the high of the pre-market. The low this morning, 196.39. We're actually we're dabbling on that right now, so I'm going to just mark that there. Let's see if it continues to get lower, but we'll keep that there either way because we do have a lot happening at that 196.39. You can see it here in the pre-market. I'll show you right over here, a couple of areas of support, resistance last night, and a little bit of support as well. So I think that level is worth keeping there regardless of what takes place. And towards the bottom below that, you do have the previous day close and the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. I don't think you need to really add anything else when it comes to Nvidia. This is IonQ here, friends. So IonQ, Quantum. Someone asked what's going on with Quantum. What's my thoughts on it? I mean, it is in play today, right? Quantum stocks are in play this morning, so we're going to be keeping an eye on them. Pick your favorites. You do have Rigetti, which I do like. I have it on the list there on my secondary. But I like IonQ. Looks great, I think. And I also like the price on this one. 39.66, the high of the pre-market. The low is down at 37.05. And once you do that, towards the bottom too, you're pretty much set. Highs and lows for the last 2 trade days. Doing a great job down here. And right over here, I think it's worth marking this down. This is going to be 35.44. You got a couple of days slamming into that, worth putting that there. And then towards the top, friends, the big level of support that you're getting is going to be all the way up here on 44.59. And then just below that, we do have 42.35. So that's IonQ. Pretty much set when it comes to that one. Let's look at coin. I did add coin to my list. It did trade well yesterday. This morning's not doing a whole lot. It is down just 1.3. So we'll see if things continue here with the crypto plays. I looked at Mara and some other ones. I just don't like the way these are trading anymore. Like they're just not getting the movement. They're getting volume on the daily. You can see it there. But the pre-market is just not great. So I'm sticking with coin. You can also look at Hood's, another one you can look at. Hood's pre-market actually looks even worse than coin at the moment. So I'll go with coin just to watch that overall sector, see if there's anything for us here today. So coin here, there it is. Let's get some levels in place. So if we look at the daily here, you can see a nice level source to bottom, highs and lows of the last 2 trade days, doing an amazing job. So you're set there. And then low of the pre-market on coin, 181. So 181 is the low of the pre-market, and then the high is over at 186.27. So 186.27. And then above that, friends, if you do go higher on the daily, I only see drops. I want to see more support and resistance. Let's see if we go back here. Let maybe May 2025. What do we have here? This is better. So I'm going to mark down right over here 197.36, and we also have 206.13. Again, that'll be a stretch today for coin, but we're ready in case it does come to it. And then here, the most recent daily, you can see a little bit of confirmation, but it was hard to get the levels off this because everything's just going down. Like there's no retest of anything. There's no way to get really solid levels. So that's why I went back to look at other things that could maybe confirm some of these days. You can see you're getting some confirmation there, and you can see here on the daily too. Like this here, when you have these consolidations, it's easier to find levels because you're going to have a lot of things slamming into that price area, which they clearly show you where that level is going to be. So that's why we went back in that type of situation. Let's go to Tesla, last one on my list on the primary. And it's just stuck, again, between the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. Low of the pre-market is going to be 414.21. The high is 415.70. So those 2 levels there, once you do that, you can see how stuck we are here at the moment on Tesla. But again, it manages somehow, some way to give you some really good trading, especially at the open. Sometimes too fast, where I cannot take advantage of it because it just flies off the handle here. So it did that yesterday. It just took off and it went. So always fun to watch. We'll see if we can get an opportunity out of that one. All right, friends, let's take a look at what our team is watching this morning. We'll start. Who's the first one on here? We got a lot of messages. Let's go. Megan, Nvidia, MSTR, AMD, and Microsoft. Mike looking at Nvidia, his main focus today, and scanners. Of course, Brian looking at Nvidia, Tesla, AMD, MU, and the overall market buys and Qs. I thought I saw, maybe I was bugging. I thought I saw Jared. I could just be getting old, but I thought I saw Jared's name on there. But maybe it's just my head. All right. What else, friends? I think we're all set. We'll wait for Brian and Jared. Brian and Andrew to hop on, and then we will leave it to you guys here in chat. We'll continue on X and YouTube. Brendan coming in with his list: Nvidia, MSTR, Netflix, and Tesla for Brendan this morning. So yeah, there we go. I see MSTR. People like that one. That's good. What's going on with MSTR? MSTR. All right, so we got a little bit of action there as well. Microsoft. I looked at Microsoft earlier. It had a great day yesterday, right? How about that? Beautiful day yesterday. Today, you do have volume on it. I'm not a big trader of Microsoft, but it is trading much, much better the last couple of days, right? So maybe on a secondary list, just because me personally, I'm not a big fan of Microsoft, but clearly yesterday had a great day. If that can continue today, maybe we could see some action out of it. 1.2 million shares traded on it so far, slightly green. But again, just a real nice trading day yesterday. Just look at it go here. This is as clean as it gets for Microsoft. They normally do not trade like this. They're very, very choppy at times. All right, there's the man of the hour, Brian, logging into chat. He's not in a jet anymore. He's actually in the office now. So good morning, Brian. And we'll let you do your thing, man. All right, guys, just gonna flip things over. Get ready here for the market open. We'll disconnect from the chat room, and those guys will continue there. So let's just do this, do that. We'll get our 1 minute here. I'll get my Atlas going. As we got 6 minutes to the market open. For those that missed it, Peter will be trading in with P Capital today. So he'll be trading with P Capital this morning. So he won't be blessing us with his presence today. As we get ready. Okay, perfect. Let's get our market Atlas here. Friends, if you haven't done so as I'm setting up, please hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. Really appreciate it. It helps us out a ton. So I appreciate if we can get to 400 is usually our goal. I haven't even checked what we have today, but 400 is usually what we're aiming for. And once we get there, we're pretty happy with that. And just checking my list: Nvidia, IonQ, Coin, Tesla. I got Microsoft on the secondary. I'll add that here. Microsoft. I got Joby, Rigetti, EOSE, and we have AI. So couple of things on the secondary list that are looking great pre-market, like this AI down 26%, 2.5 million shares traded. That looks awesome. I don't like the price too much. It is a nice stock, so we got to be careful on volume. Tons of shares for sure, so that's good. EOS, similar situation, down 32%. This one, 16 million shares traded, so that is nice. That looks real nice. So looking forward to see what the action is going to be on that one. And then Rigetti is Rigetti and IonQ, both just in the quantum space. They're seeing what we get out of those. And then Joby and Microsoft. Look at Microsoft go here. So we'll see what happens. Can you compare your 1 minute charts on Trading Terminal and DAS for Tesla? Seems that Trading Terminal is goofing off. Sometimes it's a little weird. You have to refresh it. But I know what you're talking about. Sometimes the way the candle prints doesn't align with the actual way the candle prints here on Dash Trader Pro, and it's just the way he's printing. The price is the same, but I know what you're talking about because I've seen it before. And usually what I end up doing is I just refresh and or try to load a different time frame or load the chart again, and it usually fixes it. But I know exactly what you're talking about. I've seen that before, and I'm sure our developers are aware of it as well, and they're working to, constantly make that better. Oh, look at you here. Nvidia going red. Nvidia taking a little bit of a dive here the last couple of minutes. We'll keep an eye on the overall market, of course. SPYs and Qs, as they're also just sliding a little bit. Nothing major, but just sliding here on some of these. All right, we'll see what the action is. Gotta make sure your data subscription is current on TradingView. Yeah, TradingView, they charge for data. I thought it was free. I guess they might charge for that. All right, my market atlas. Let me not forget, because I always forget to bring this up and then I get into trouble. So we'll bring up our market atlas. We got a couple of minutes here. Atlas, there we go. All right, perfect. And we put our tickers in here. We have Nvidia. So I use Dash Trader Pro, Sam. That's what I use. I use Dash Trader Pro for all the day trading stuff. I use my Thinkorswim by Schwab now. I had that for years, even before Dash Trader Pro, even before day trading. I had Thinkorswim with TD Ameritrade at that time for forever. I love that platform for long-term stuff, swing stuff. Is awesome. Even to look at charts, right? Like I might be in a trade with Dash Trader Pro, and if I have to walk away, I'll look at the chart on Thinkorswim. I think their app is amazing. So their mobile app, that is. Morning, Francis. Good morning, sir. Good to see you. Microsoft, David. Yeah, I did add Microsoft to the secondary list. It's going here. It's pushing. You see it here, rocking and rolling at the moment. All right, I got my atlas up. Let's put our good buddy Peter at ease here. So we'll go ahead and there you go. Put him to rest a little bit. He was a good man. And we are set, friends. Too much. All right, 15 seconds. I gotta get, my settings are not right. I gotta fix this. I gotta figure that out. All right, friends, here we go. Market is open. Ding, 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 ding. Let's see where the action is. I'm looking for 1 minute engulfing. If not, I'm waiting for a 5-minute ORB. And then after that, about 25 minutes or so in, we'll be looking hopefully for a VWAP breakout. So 3 strategies I'm looking for. The 1 minute ORB is hard to find because I trade it very specifically just when it is an engulfing pattern. It's got to be a nice clean 1 minute engulfing. I don't see those a lot, so they're harder to spot. But if we can get a clean one, we'll jump in it. And if not, we'll wait for a 5 minute ORB. And after that, VWAP breakout. So that's kind of like the process that we're looking for here, at least on my end. Let me know if you guys get into anything. We'd love to see what you guys are trading as we search for opportunities. There it is, Nvidia. I mean, Tesla doing its thing, showing some weakness here. Look at that pop up to 416.81. And then just look at this go, man. Nvidia, I mean, Tesla is such a beast. My trading terminal is not showing any data from yesterday. I don't know, man. Mine is looking pretty good. So I will reset. Make sure, did you log in and log out? I know that was the thing we had to do. We had to log in and log back out. And it should fix that. If it doesn't, it could be an individual situation. I will email support, but try that first. Try logging in, logging back out, closing all the browsers. I'll even go as far as deleting the cookies if you can. Look at IonQ, go here. Oh man, IonQ. Rocking, friends. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. That is gonna go. Yeah, Mohammed, I'm seeing that now, man. IonQ is just out to the races here, man. Oh. And actually, it would have been hard to take this engulfing pattern because you got no volume. Typical nicey stock, no volume here. So I would not, pay too much attention to it. Well, I didn't pay too much attention to it. And look at it go here. So it's doing pretty nice. Nvidia still selling off. Tesla halted the drop here. Gonna see if we can get back above the VWAP, or a good 5 minute ORB to the downside. If it doesn't leave us here too early, that's a great pullback. That is an amazing pullback there. Oh, let's see if it comes back. Let's see if it comes back here. Tesla. Wow. Tesla's gonna go. It's gonna go lower. Checking the market atlas on Tesla. What do we have? It looks bearish. It's getting so extended. Ah, come on. You guys take short Tesla on this pullback. This was a great entry here. The problem with this entry is it's not a 5 minute ORB. But yeah, that would have been a great entry. And if you look at Atlas, friends, Atlas is just weak. I mean, just look at it. 410, 21,000 shares down there. I mean, it is showing a lot of weakness. There's nothing to the upside right now on Tesla. I'm inclined to take this short. I like this pullback here. This is good. Just wait. Come on, a little higher. A little higher. Allow us to get in there with you. $45 seconds left for the 5 minute. Just pull up. It's not pulling up. It's going to go here. And it's still looking bullish as we get to 411. Still looking bullish on Atlas. So let's see if we run through 411. Got 7,000 shares sitting there. How's Nvidia doing? Nvidia down, down, down. Tesla's our best shot right now. Come on, Tesla. All right, here it is, 5 minute. Okay, this is good. Still looking bearish. That is really good. So I'm just basically waiting for this to pull back and see if I can get in short for a 5 minute ORB. It's not deep enough. Still looking bearish on Atlas. I'm looking at that closely. This might be the best we're going to get. What's this, a $2 stop? 13.50. I'm getting ready. All right, I'm going short, guys. Short Tesla. Oh, what a horrible fail. Interactive brokers. What a it's okay. All right, so I'm short Tesla. Let's see. I really wanted to come up here, then drop, but it did it quickly and then right back down. We're still looking very bullish on Atlas, so I'm hoping that we can get to this 411, head down to 410, and 409 would be incredible, but that would be a stretch. Tesla could turn around very, very quickly. Even though we look bearish now, it can turn the corner immediately. But right now, it looks like 411 is out of the way. Let's go down to 410. So let's see, 410 is a thing for us. Look at the big orders coming in. How great is this thing, guys? Atlas. I mean, Andrew's right. If you don't trade without this, kind of like trading naked. Remember that day wasn't working? We felt out of place. It's like with this tool, it's becoming a big part of our decision making here. All right, let's see. Big orders at 410. Can we get down there? Big orders. 20,000. I'm going to hold off to 410. Usually right here, I'll be taking a partial, but I got such a bad entry. I at least want to get to 410. But here is where you should be taking a partial. If you got any entry above 412, you're $2 in. You got to take a partial. I'm just trying to see if I can make a little more because of my bad entry. But yeah, I might not get that. That was it. I knew it. That was the partial area. But let's see. Let's see if we can get back down and retest that 410 again. There's still a lot of orders down there, 20,000. So I'm going to see if we can go and retest that for a second time. Have to be patient on this one. CRCL or be nuclear. Oh, CRCL, my goodness. Look at this go. This is out of control. They got that deal, right? They got that good deal there that's driving them higher. All right, Tesla, let's see if we can get lower. Battling here. Wow. CRCL is pretty good. Just watching Tesla swag, friends. We're looking for 410 on Tesla. Still looks very nice on Atlas here. So 410. Tons of orders there, 20,000. Nothing to the upside, so I'm hoping that this continues to drop it lower. We might have to hold through a pullback here. So let's see. Let's see what happens on our good buddy Tesla. Nvidia also turning around a little bit at the moment. But Tesla's where it's at. So let's see. Tesla. Why is BFLY flying? BFLY? Who knows, man? Butterfly Networks, it started going early this morning. So I have no idea what these guys are flying. So maybe some news. But again, lower price stocks, will be very, very careful. I'm not sure what the float is on this thing. So be very mindful of that. TSLL. Yeah. Andrew has a great video out, so take a look at it. TSLL is another way of trading Tesla as well, right? So if Tesla is a high price tag and you want to trade something better, TSLL is another one you can trade. The key thing is don't go crazy with the number of shares, right? Be mindful of the number of shares you're taking. Risk the same amount. Just because you could buy more shares, you shouldn't risk more, right? Yeah, we could have traded TSL today too. So we'll see. All right, this Tesla still looks bearish. I'm hoping that we can get a 410 and lower here on Tesla. And 413 above VWAP is our stop, 413. I just don't think we're going to get $2 out of this one because of my stop. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. AMD, what's AMD up to? AMD this morning getting to VWAP, very nice. Let's see if we can actually do the break on the VWAP. It's trying. So potential VWAP breakout on AMD. And if you don't know that strategy, I got some really good videos on it on YouTube. I got a short video, and I also have a much longer webinar in the Education Center. So if you want to learn about that, head over to betwitraders.com. I got a full webinar there with examples and a lot of information on it. All right, Tesla dabbling in 4. It's just between 411 and 420. Just keep going back and forth. 410, still sitting down there, very attractive. So we're going to be patient on this one. Remy, way too early for funded account, my friend. It's not even 10 minutes and 15 minutes into the market open. No. We're going to wait for the funded account. Gonna wait a little bit. He came in here, or her, I don't know. They came in here with a plan. They came in here with a plan. Funded account. We don't care about your trade in Tesla. We want funded account. Jeez, man. I love you, but come on. All right, come on, Tesla. Let's make money so we could pay for this funded accounts that we were giving away. Actually, I'm just giving away, not me. All right, come on. Let's drop. 410, still looking very good. We are getting a little bit of more activity, more participants up here. That's not good for us. So a little bit more. You can see it building up. 410 is still there, really nice. I'm hoping that we can go back and reach it. See, that's not good. What is this guy doing here? Who is this? 412. Somebody's starting to show some interest. That's not good. That's not good. Yeah, I mean, funded account is a great way to trade, guys. I mean, it's I'm running my funded account as well. I have to train a little bit more. What I'm finding is, though, all my good trades are happening here because I'm focused on my strategies here. And then when I go to the funded account, I'm doing strategies that are not great, right? And it's hard to take one here and to take that funded account and focus on both. That's very difficult. But if you're trading just the funded account, it is awesome. It really is. What about a trade of the day instead of a random draw? We used to do the trade of the day, man. We've done so many things. We used to do the trade of the day, and actually we used to do we used to collect the trade, all the best trades of the day, and then we'll pick the best trade of the week, and that person we will send them a iPhone, new iPhone. Man, that was such a pain. Shipping stuff is a pain. This is much easier. Digital is the way to go. Shipping stuff, you got to get out. Just too much of a pain. Then we have viewers all over the world, so it's just some places very difficult to get stuff to. It was more of a hassle than it was a treat, right? So, but trade of the day was fun. If you guys want to do that, I still like the daily stuff too. I said thank you for being part of Lambos and Garbage Truck members, right? We could do trade of the day. Maybe. How about this? Oh man, I might give myself a lot more work, and I don't want to do that. But how about if we continue to do the draws that we're doing now for the funded account? And how about if we do trade of the day? You submit your trades, and then we'll give a funded account, one funded account a week, in addition to the ones we do daily for the trade of the week, the winner of the trade of the week. How about that? That could be a good idea. I think that would work well. Just thinking out loud. I don't know if we can actually do that. All right, let's see here. Yeah, we got more orders at 412. This 412 person is messing us up here. So our stop is 413. We'll keep our stop here 413. The good thing is the VWAP has come down now, well below our stop. Our stop is 413. So hopefully the VWAP will act as resistance and move this lower, bring the averages lower, bring the VWAP lower, and hopefully that will help us go down. But here's the problem. This 412, this wasn't here before, right? This popped up just a few minutes ago. So hopefully we get this person out of the way. And we did just there. And I'm hoping we drop lower. 410 is still here. So I'm hoping we bring it lower. But let's see. Let's see what happens here. Man, I'm too greedy. That was a 4R, no partial. Dude. I mean, it depends what your strategy was. If you follow your strategy was to take everything at 5R, I get it now. If you went to 4R and your strategy is to partial, that's That's big, man. That's big. I got to take some money off the table. Got to put some money in your account, you know? All right, what we thought is what's going to happen is happening. What we thought was going to happen is happening, right? We got rid of 412 and we're heading back down very nicely, right? So we just don't need nobody else to pop up over here. We need to just chill until I get my 412 fit, my 410 fill. So, and I like the way we just don't need nobody else to, start getting curious up in this area. So let's see. So there it is. Look how nice this is. This is what I love about Atlas, right? Here's where the 412 showed up. We came to it, we got rid of them, and now we're right back down. So this was the 412 people here that came in, pushed the price higher, and now hopefully we're gonna head lower. We just don't need nobody else up here to show up. So let's see if that happens. Lambo time, Lambo time. I don't know about that. Apple. Oh, come on, Tesla. What are you doing? 413 is our stop, friends. There's nobody up there. Why are you going up there? There's nobody up there at 413. Why are you moving higher? 413 is our stop. We'll jump out of this. Wow, what is happening? Is the market moving up? I don't have the SPY up in front of me. 413, we got to get out. I don't believe it. I think we're going to drop lower, but we got to follow our stop. I don't believe this pop here. I really don't. I don't believe you one bit. But what I believe could be different for what's actually happening. All right, I'm getting ready to stop out. 413. We hit it, came right back down. I just don't see why we're getting up there, but we are. For some reason. But nothing in the demand is showing that we should be up here. We should be going lower. Right. Hands on the hotkeys. Ready to cover everything. We need to get back below the VWAP or else we are not looking good. What's this level? Whatever this level is, look, this thing held pretty good. Whatever this thing is, we actually have a dotted line there. What is that dotted line? What is this nonsense stopping us from making money? It is the high from yesterday. It's the high from yesterday. Okay. The high from yesterday, right on the 410.84, is just stopping us from dropping lower. But man, we should at least go back to 410 at least once, I think. No orders up there, no volume, no big candle. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. But it's starting to build now. Like you see the buyers now getting a little bit more confidence here, because if you look at Atlas, you're starting to see. No, I didn't stop out. So I got to stop out manually. I don't got a hard order on there. I do it mentally. So when the price came up and it shot back down, I still stayed in it. I didn't believe the pop, man. I'll be honest. So we'll see. So we came right literally 3 cents to my stop there. And maybe 4 cents, 7 cents. But Atlas is not looking in our favor. Let's see. If we get back above the VWAP, I'll get out even before 13. We'll save some money. I'll get out even before. Because if we get back above this and that, we're really not dropping. This thing really wants to go higher. But I strongly believe that we should at least test 410 one more time. But let's see. Hi Carlos, can you tell me what happened to Norm? Does he still trade? Or Norm didn't lose a lot of money. He's a very conservative trader. So he's still trading, but he's a very conservative trader. He's not a all out type trader. He never was. He just found some other opportunity he wanted to follow, so he couldn't be on the show with BBT the way I am now. So he wanted to pursue that. Okay, so we're back above the VWAP here, but we still keep in touch, man. It's a great guy. You know, he's a family guy. He's loving Texas, loving life. Um, so he's doing well, man. We miss him. We miss him on the show. We miss him here, you know. But we still keep in contact with him. And he comes in the chat room once in a while. You guys don't see him here, but he shows up in the chat once in a while. Says hello to the members and stuff like that. All right, back above the VWAP. I don't like it, friends. We might need to bail on this. It might actually be a good long. So I am actually going to bail on this thing. Yes, I'm gonna bail. And it might actually be a good long because everything has flipped on it. Even Market Atlas looking more bullish now than bearish. So might be a good long, but I'm just not gonna jump in it. I would love to see my setup to take this long possibly. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to see if we get a breakout. Coin garbage, IonQ, there's some stuff. Nvidia, no. Tesla back below. Tesla. Microsoft, nothing. Joby, nothing. Rigetti, Messi. Oh wow, just looking around, things are. What are you guys trading? Because there's not a lot that looks great. What are you guys in right now? What are you guys trading? INTC. Oh, that was good. INTC was nice. Wow, big drop on INTC. Pan W, Palo Alto. Okay, yeah, that did break out pretty nice. Yeah, it's good, good. CRCL. Oh, what a move. CRCL is becoming like a little bit of a mean situation here. Look at it yesterday. Look at the pop go. And this morning hitting 90. So nice gap up yesterday. It was up about at least 20, 30% yesterday. And today already another 5. So they're doing some stuff this morning. Back to VWAP here. Showing some weakness. I think Nvidia is just going to be stuck in chop. Doesn't want to go up or down. Let's see what it does there. Microsoft, beautiful pre-market action. Then, beautiful action yesterday, really, not pre-market. But yesterday had a great trading day. Today's kind of stuck a little bit. Rigetti. I don't have a trade here, but it looks like a high of day breakout trade on Rigetti. QBT, QBTS. Starbucks. I only trade Starbucks usually on earnings. Yeah, they got a little movement here. But Starbucks is my favorite stock to trade when they have earnings. I mean, it always delivers. Outside of earnings, their volume could be a little bit lighter, so it could be a lot more difficult to trade. But man, these guys are awesome during earnings. Not so much right now for me. Krispy Kreme, up slightly, not slightly, up 36%. This earnings on Krispy Kreme. We didn't talk about this one today. But looks like earnings on Krispy Kreme up 35%, 6.7. You know, if you want a good $5 donut, you can get it here. This is insane. All right, Joby, nothing right now. AI trying to do some stuff. I don't see anything, friends. Tesla could be a good long, guys. I think Tesla could be a good long. We struggled to get down to 410, and the demand is kind of flipping on it, so it could actually be a good long on Tesla. But not yet. We have to wait. We have to wait for the setup, I think. Let's see. You see, Andrew traded this right. Andrew traded Tesla right. I knew it. See, he had a good entry. This is what I was talking about. You see this? He shorted here, 410. That's where he took a partial. I was in too late. I was in way too late. But that's right. That's where you take the partial. Beautiful. And then I'm agreeing too. I think that's gonna be a long. I think it's gonna be a long. So he's trying to take it long. I'm not sure if he's in it now, but I also think it's gonna be a potential long on Tesla. So I agree. If he settles above the VWAP up here, continues to do that, I think it could be a good long. All right, let's see how Atlas is looking for this. We might take long Tesla, friends. I think we're going to get a breakout here. Yeah. All right. So I'm long Tesla. Long for the breakout here. Let's see if we can get to 414. Stop 411.50. Why 411.50? Because this is where you got the support, right? So you got our VWAP, but if you see this area here, the buyer stepped in. So if it does come back down here, I want these guys to do their job and hopefully hold the price, and then 411 is where my stop will be, right? So give yourself a little bit of room. Let's see if we can get the momentum going. Looks good right now, but we need 414 on this thing. It's going to 420. I hope so. I hope we can go to 420. We could be stuck in chop though too. Like if you look at it, we have been struggling just back and forth, back and forth. There's nothing different here than we had here, besides a little more volume, right? And the Atlas looking a little more bullish. So it looks the same. One of the questions I get asked all the time: hey, how do you know if it's a break or a pullback, or change direction? You don't know. They look the same. That's how you usually get faked out. This is why having your risk to reward is important. And we'll see if we actually can get the momentum. Let's see, but I do like the long here off the VWAP. Revenge trade? No, revenge trade would have been if I would have flipped right here. If I would have flipped right here, trust me, I've done a lot of revenge trading. I know what it looks like. This is not it. Revenge trading is I would have right here. I would have went long. You know, I would have went long with no actual plan, no analyzing. That would have been a revenge trade for sure. And I done many of those in my 7 years now, 8 years career. Trust me, I've done a lot of that. So no, our last revenge trade here live was on NP. Oh my goodness, you guys remember that? NP, we revenge traded the crap out of that. Both me and Peter. Oh man, that was something. That was something. All right, wow, CRCL guys. I'm looking at this on the other screen. I'm gonna put this on my list here. I'm gonna add it to my list. CRCL. This thing is just look at it come back right back up here. So we're right back up on CRCL. And it is just crazy going for 90. And we'll see if Tesla can get going. We're looking for 414.21. That is a that's the pre-market low. Yes, that is the pre-market low, 414. Let's see if we can get up there. IonQ, let's see. Yeah, IonQ, this is a tough trade for me because I don't know how I would jump on this one, right? You did have somewhat of a 5-minute ORB breakout, not a clean one. But it would have been a tough one for me. But yeah, it's grinding higher, slowly but surely going higher here. So that would have been tough. Maybe a 5-minute ORB, but looking at the 1 minute, even with this clean 5-minute ORB here, this beautiful pullback, Tesla is doing some stuff. I just don't know. Like this looks great. Looking at it now, oh yeah, perfect 5-minute ORB. Yeah, I look at the 1 minute and I'm just like, yeah, would I have joined that? Probably not. Probably not. All right, Tesla. Just doing something. Trying. Nvidia. Which way you want it to go? Up or down? Walden. I'm assuming reversal you're thinking here on Nvidia. That's what I'm thinking. What is the ORB? Opening range break. So ORB is opening range breakout. It's one of the strategies that we trade quite a bit in our community. You have the 5-minute ORB, the 1 minute ORB. So opening range. Yeah. Reversal, yeah. Yeah, maybe could be a good reversal. Maybe the spies can help here, but yeah, they need the spy to move to VWAP. That can help your reverse on Nvidia. And Tesla is just no momentum and continuation whatsoever on Tesla. You got the push and it just did nothing here. So it is struggling. Yeah, see, so the one-on-one psychology calls that you get is with a actual doctor. So he's a psychologist. He's also a trader, Dr. Kenneth Reed, and he'll sit down with you for about a couple of minutes. I'm not sure how long it is, and just give you like an introduction to psychology and just kind of go over some of the questions you might have. So it's a one-time thing to kind of get you familiar with one-on-one psychology with a professional like him, Dr. V, all these guys. They're they're pros at what they do. And we have a lot of webinars from him. We have him live quite a bit. So we have him live quite a bit in our community doing webinars as well. So you're gonna get very familiar with him. So all you have to do is just email, and they'll schedule it for you. You can have a schedule set up for it. But the idea is to just give you a taste of what that is like, right? And just kind of give you some information. And if you want to continue psychology, you can. Obviously everybody has their cost for their time, right? So you can work that out with either a professional like Dr. Kenneth Reed or any of the moderators, right? I always recommend people do about 2 months first, see what your trading thing is like and what your style is like, and then start looking for one-on-one mentorship or getting together with psychologists, right, at first. Because then if you do that, the time you spend with them is going to be a higher quality time, right? You're going to be asking questions that are going to be more advanced rather than when you first start out. I think when you first start out, spend 2 months at BBT just understanding trading, the way you think about trading, and getting some of the newbie stuff out of the way. Then you can focus on the bigger issues, right? That trading might bring. How much access to the trading room with Andrew? Try, man. Andrew's on. He's on right now. He is on right now in the chat room, trading live. So he's on every day. And so you get access to him, you get access to Brian and all the moderators throughout the entire day. Don't take my word for it, man. Take a $30 membership for was that a week? Gives you a week access. Check it out and see if it's something you like. But he's on there right now. He's answering questions, working with members. See him right here. There he is. Right, so he's walking through his trades. You get to see his trades live. His setup and everything. Brian is on there, and we're on the whole day all the way to 4. But yeah, give it a shot. You have access to Andrew, Jared, engineering the markets every morning, even before we come on. I mean, it's a lot that goes on in our community. So, but yeah, check it out, man. Check it out. Highly recommend it. And then join me onboarding class on Monday. Every Monday, me and Dwayne, we do an onboarding class, so you can come join us there, and we'll let you know what the community is all about, what to expect, go over some stuff, and so forth. Come on, guys. Let's have a good trading day. What is this choppy nonsense we're getting right now? Let's end the day good, Tesla. Bring it home. What else is looking good here? Rigetti's breaking out again, trying at least against right back to the high of the day. EOS, nothing. AI, sideways. Tesla's trying to make us some coins here. Let's see if we can move higher. We are just stuck in chop. That's a beautiful candle. And just next one here, just no continuation. Look at that. What is this? This is like a great candle up, and it's just right back down. Just no continuation whatsoever. So we'll see. Yeah, it's starting to look like a little bit of a chopped salad here right at the moment. AMD is doing some stuff. Look at the breakout on AMD there. So yes, that's moving, Matt. I see that. So some of you guys are long AMD. Let's see if we can get the continuation, because we've seen this many times already. Can you actually break towards that 209.79? Right? Can you actually do that? Tesla with a great candle, and then just right back to VWAP. What else? Is the market not helping us today? Is that what it is? All right, let's see. Chop. And Atlas for us, it's a little more balanced on Tesla right now, and that's probably getting the chop. It's very balanced. There's no up or down. It's really balanced. Like there's not a whole lot of indication which way this thing wants to go. Hence why we're getting some of the chop that we're getting. 410 still has 25,000 shares down there, but we got a lot more towards the top now, which is making our costs a little bit better. But it's a lot more to the upside. Hood breaking out. Let's take a look at Hood today. Yeah, well, let's see. Let's see, man. I don't know. You can see that we came up here last time, big rejection off of that 78.38. We're trying to get back at it again. And it's kind of like what's been happening here with Tesla, right? We just keep getting this rejection right around this area. We went a little bit higher in the last attempt. We went to 1380. Then big rejection back down. We're having a big problem getting above that. So, and AMD's trying to break out. Let's see if AMD can actually do it. Oh no, AMD actually didn't. Yeah, it's tough, friends. It is rough out here today. So please be careful. OPRA, it's no volume. So this will be hard for me to trace, no volume on it. CRCL looks like it wants to go. But the volume has really died down compared to this morning. I mean, you can see here how low the volume is now. Still can get going, but definitely lower volume than what we saw earlier today. And Tesla's just back and forth, back and forth. PLTR. Yeah. A little bit of some action there on PLTR. Coin, IonQ, Nvidia. All right, friends. So yesterday I caught up on all my emails, unless you email me like in the last 12 hours. Maybe I haven't got to you yet, but if you're waiting for any email on me and you email me from some weeks ago or whatever, resend it because I am caught up on all my emails. So if you're not hear back from me on something, send it again. I could have missed it, could have gone to spam. But resend it, and we'll make sure we get you an answer. Unless you sent it to me like 12 hours ago, then that's different. But yeah, everything is caught up. I love making sure I get back to people and have that communication open. Tesla, pure chop, friends. Look at Google. Not all stocks are. No, I agree. Not all stocks are choppy. I mean, yeah, there's some stocks that are going to be moving. Unfortunately, the ones I have on my list that I was looking at front and center are pure chop, my friend. They're just pure. Where's our chop guy? Yeah, it is. This is what we're getting here on my watch list, right? But yeah, I'm sure if you go down the list through all the hundreds of tickers that we have, we're going to find something that, oh man, wish we'd had this on deck. Like, you're right. Google here looks awesome. That looks really, really good. Like, nice drop there, nice pullback. You know, in Tesla, I think our Tesla short was so good, right? I think it was. I think I was a little bit late to the entry. I should have been up here. This would have been a partial and maybe another partial in here. But the entry was bad. The entry was kind of late, and add to that, not the best optimal fill, and then that's what happened. But yeah. What we're seeing now here is we're not getting no continuation. That's the problem. Carlos, when is Atlas going to add futures to his platform? I thought we did that already. Didn't we do that? I thought we were showcasing that yesterday. I thought we did. I thought that's like if we didn't, then I must have seen some kind of beta they were working on to release soon. So, but that's in the works for sure, Eric. I know that. That is in the works. Friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We appreciate it. And stick around. We're going to be giving our funded account away in just a few minutes here. That's probably the most excitement you're going to get today out of this trading market. It's the funded account because this market is just chopped. So stick around for that. But yes, it is nice if you guys hit the thumbs up and get us to 400. We're sitting at 265 likes. 400 is our goal, so help us get there. Maybe your likes can help Tesla move higher. Maybe the more likes, the more Tesla can move up. Let's see. 400, yes, 420 likes to motivate Tesla to go to 420. That would be awesome. Let's see if we could do that. Let's get 420 likes. Once you get to 420, just stop hitting the like button. We're going to stop right there at 420. Let's get there. If we could pull that off, that'd be nice. 420 likes. I was shut up on AMD for a loss at the start of the day. Now long RGTI. Choppy action so far, trying to be patient. Yeah, so I'm trying to be patient here on Tesla too. Uncle D trades over on X. I'm trying to be, but it's just, I mean, we're slightly green right now. Now we're red. I mean, it's just back and forth between our entry. I like the fact that we're staying above the VWAP at least. We're not testing our low of our stop yet, but it just seems to struggle big time here. So maybe now we'll get stopped at 11.50 is our stop right here. It's because you guys are not hitting the likes. That's the problem. It's your fault that this is happening. Completely kidding. 411.50, we'll stop out of it. Man, look at this drop. What is going on? Because the buyers disappear. Everybody at the top, everybody's gone. Everybody's gone on Atlas at the top here. And you still got that 411, 410 hanging out there. The Q's dropping. Is that what's causing my thing to? Yeah, yes, that's what it is. It's just the market just putting all this pressure on us here. That's what it is. That's what it is. Is anything trading good? Do we have anything? Nvidia. This is how crazy it is. You had great earnings, good earnings. You know, everything is good. You didn't blow it out the water. It was not like blockbuster earnings, but you had good positive earnings, and your stock says we don't care. We're down 4.1 today. Earnings are tough. Earnings are really tough to trade. So, like even if you had, can you imagine being that guy that had the inside track? Like, oh yeah, we got good earnings, and they betted on this because I'm sure somebody's doing that. All right, guys, we're gonna get stopped out. 411.50 is our stop. We're right on it. 450, 465, 470, 411.50. We'll bail on it. Just trying to hold, trying to survive. 411.63, 59. Oh, there we are. We're out. Okay, we're out of the trade. What a day. My goodness. No, long? No, I'm not going long. No way, man. This thing is not looking like a long at all. Go long now? I don't think so. Unless the market changes. We are on a free fall right now. We do not want to get in front of this train at the moment. We'll have some reversal opportunities, but we do not want to get in front of this train. Look at this. Look at this pie. Look at the Qs. We're just massively breaking that. Do we have any news? 10 o'clock. That was 15 minutes ago, so that's not it. Wow. What did we do? What did you guys do? Yeah, that's not good. Checking to see if we have any news, friends. Because this looks like some kind of news related event. Who says something? Who said what? I don't see anything. You guys see anything? Let me know. But I'm looking quickly. I don't see nothing. Yes, well, no, actually, I have said that for good days too. I say, what a day in a more positive way. But this is this is a bad day, man. I mean, I only have two losses, so only 2 hour loss. But I feel like I lost, like 7 hours just with how long it's taking, how choppy it is, right? All the mental bandwidth I'm spending on these two trades. It feels like I lost like 7 hours, right? It's only a 2 hour loss. It doesn't matter, but it's just brutal to sit here and watch candle by candle, not do anything. I think that's the toughest thing. Jobless data? No, we don't have that out today. That was I mean now we had that out 8:30, right? So I don't think that is the cost of this. And I actually came pretty close to what was expected on both numbers, right? Continuing jobless claim was forecasted 1.8, came in at 1.8, right? So right on it. And then initial jobless claim 217,000 forecasted, 212 was reported. So that's not numbers that are going to cause a problem. Iran won't allow enriched uranium to leave the country, press TV. Okay, maybe that's it. I don't know. Big Money wants to buy a low as possible before pushing Nvidia earnings up. Let's see. No, man. You jump in. You want me to jump in long, Rigetti? No, you jump in. I'll watch you from here. You go long, and I'll root for you. I will root for you from a distance. Look at this. How do you go long on something like this? Now I do think there'll be some good reversal opportunities. So you just got to be patient. There'll be some stuff happening here. Look at Nvidia go down. Circle of Infinite is this dropping. Circle of Infinite doesn't care. Circle of Infinite said you guys could drop. I'm gonna stick right here and go for the next leg up once the market turns around. Um, that is something. They're not budging at all. Everything else south, at least for the most part. Look at Nvidia, man. New low. We're gonna get. I'm waiting for the reversal. We're gonna get a nice reversal trade. You'll see, guys. Let's let this thing drop, but it's coming. We'll get the reversal here. It's not gonna drop this much or long. Do you know if they'll be adding more features to the funded account to be able to change appearance? What like what? Yeah, see, well, give me an example. Like what would you want to see? Um, that's how we build it, right? With your feedback. Like we build this entire platform with a lot of your feedback. So you might be thinking of something that we don't have in mind. Share if it's something that's possible, doable, and can increase the value of the product. Yeah, we would definitely consider it. Do you know if okay, right, that one aliens have invaded, they are taking over the steak and shakes. Shake Shack? Oh boy. Guess they found something in the earnings just like last time. Some investments that's not panning out. Could be. Could be. I didn't hear the earnings. I actually forgot their earnings was yesterday. Until I came in this morning. We've been so busy here with the snow and everything. Everything just takes double. Like taking my kids to school takes, you know, 2 times longer now. It's just everything is just a mess. There's no parking anywhere because you got all the snow all over the place. So completely forgot this thing was happening yesterday with Nvidia. Okay, it'll be nice to put in bracket orders on funded account. Yes, yeah, I think more advanced things like that are in future phases, right? Um, and also keep in mind like some of the stuff takes a lot of programming, like bracket orders and stuff like that. And, like we just got hotkeys in there. That was the most recent update. So yeah, so things like that where um where you can put range orders and stuff like that. I think that's in the works. But again, I think those are future phases. So I think they do have that on deck. I bought in. Sorry, which one did you buy in, Dwayne? What did you get in? You went long on something. What did you go long on? Because right now we have look at Tesla, friends. This is where you just get out. Just get out. Just get out. Take your 1R. Be happy with that. Can you imagine? Say, oh, let's give it a little more room, and then boom, you're sitting here, $5 drop. I mean, it's more like a $3 drop, $4 drop, but it's still that is dangerous, dangerous. Just get out. But look at Tesla gave in to what's happening with the overall market because the market was selling off and Tesla was just kind of hanging out. And then now it really gave in. It's like, okay, we're not pushing higher. If you look at Tesla, it really held as long as it could. And then now it's just let it go. So big drop for Tesla. But again, this is good. This is what we want. We want volatility. We just gotta be patient now and wait for an actual setup that we can trade with this volatility, right? We don't want to rush into anything. If you're in something now, if you were in something short, hopefully this helped you get a little bit extra, right? Because the market dropping like this is gonna help your costs if you're short in anything. Did anybody take advantage of this, right? Were you like short Nvidia? The max you were all out 5R, very nice. That's good. No, we have software engineers. We have that. Are you a software engineer? Are you a software engineer and do you know trading? Those two things could be powerful. You are okay. Let's do an interview. Let's do a live interview right now. No, seriously. If you know stock markets and you're a software engineer, email Andrew. Send him your resume. Maybe he has something that you can help with. No guarantees. And I'm just you know I'm am I good at trading? No, no. But so, for example, how can I put it? Like in my company, we had software engineers and developers, very smart people, but they knew nothing about operations and the way. And it's my 9 to 5. They knew nothing about how trucking worked, how warehousing worked, how inventory worked, but they knew software. So they would do things that is like, dude, if you know how the people out there going out to the product, picking out the product on every aisle, you know that that's not going to work. Right? So when you can combine both, somebody that knows the actual operations and knows how to develop software, that person is gold, right? When they know the actual business side of it, because they'll do stuff say, no, we can't do it this way. But the person that's spending hours out there looking for the product and loading it in the truck, this is going to make it easier, right? We couldn't find that because the software was Salesforce and they were all Chinese developers, right? And it was just besides the language barrier, they just didn't understand customer service here in the U.S., right? So that was tough. But when you know both, oh man, you're in a good spot. So yeah, email Andrew, and send him your resume, and if you know how trading works, maybe there's something there for you. But I think he has his team already, but doesn't hurt, right? Doesn't hurt. Nvidia, another slightly low candle here. Are we at the bottom yet? Are we at the bottom? And Tesla also leveling off a little bit. So let's see. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, not done yet. Tesla's doing another low here. Let's see. I'm not a great reversal trader, but today I think will be a great day to try some of these reversal plays. But we gotta wait. We gotta wait. Um, Every time I pull up market news, all I get is Bill Hillary and Hillary Clinton, the position on Epstein files. That's all I'm getting. Stock market news. We need some real deal stuff. Funded account? Yeah, we'll do funded account in a second here. Let's do it. People are blaming Nvidia. That's so funny. So people are blaming Nvidia for the drop of the market today. Nvidia stock slides as investors remain unconvinced by earnings report. Okay, there it is, guys. We're getting something. We're getting the little bit of a bounce here. All right, I'm gonna take a reversal on Tesla. I'm gonna take a reversal on Tesla. I miss 4750, but let's see Tesla. Get a reversal here. Let's see if we can get back up to VWAP on Tesla. But yeah, everybody's blaming Nvidia. Everybody's blaming Nvidia. All right, let's see if Tesla's gonna do it. Yeah, if you're over trading, limit yourself to a certain amount of trades. I mean, you should have your max loss, right? If you reach your max loss, then obviously, clearly, that's something you want to stop. But it depends. Like over trading, what's over trading? Do you feel like you're over trading even when you're green? Because usually people are green, they don't feel like they're over trading, so they feel like they're over trading when they're red, right? So if you feel you're over trading when you're red, your max loss should stop you from trading. But if you feel like you're over trading when you're green, then set a limit on how many trades to take, whether you're green or red. I think that can help. But again, just me talking out loud without looking at your details, who knows? But just put rules in place that can actually help you prevent from doing that mistake that you're doing, and then follow those rules. All right, Tesla 407. I'll get out. I'm only gonna give this $1. Actually, a 406.82, because this is where we got the support right here. Wow, we are not done. I'm back out. We are not done selling, friends. What is going on? I think it's coming, but that's not it. We are not done selling down. So let's see. Let's see what the SPY is doing. Yeah, SPY is faked us out there. Let's see if we are going to level off. I think we're gonna get the reversal, but just gotta wait. All right. Someone knows something, and that someone is not me. Could be. All right, this will be one more attempt. Better entry, so I'm gonna stop now. Could be 406.23. So better entry long, and this will be my last trade. This will be I'm at 2.5 hours loss. This is not a full loss, but I don't want to go past that. All right, last reversal trade. We might go now. Just trapped in the longs out. Could be. I know Google was awesome. I see that. Yeah, I have that on the screen there. I mean, it's just incredible. Google knew from the beginning this is gonna be a short day, and they just kept going short, 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 short. Man, what? I didn't have it on my watch. There's no way I would have been able to play this out. All right, trying. Oh man, we are not ready to reverse here. Tesla is struggling. Market is making a new low. We are not ready to get higher. Let's see, 406 is my stop. We'll jump out of it. We need a SPY to move higher. Nvidia. Yeah, Nvidia's in the same situation too. I think Nvidia's gonna eventually get the reversal. It's just timing is so hard on these reversals, guys. It really is. This is why I don't trade reversals, because they're so hard to time. And everything looks the same. So it's I hate to say this, but unfortunately, you just gotta keep taking stabs at it. That's the only way to catch them, because they all look the same. The setup looks the same every single time. So I think the biggest thing here is, and then don't quote me on this because I'm not a great reversal trader at all, and this is why. The key here is risk management. You got to stop out. You can't be taking big hits every time, right? Voice is breaking. Let me reset my mic real quick here. I don't know why it does that. You sure? Sounds good. I'll reset the mic. Yeah. I'll reset it anyways. Okay. All right. So yes, that's what makes reversal so difficult, is that everything looks the same when it's about to go, and then it doesn't. So one of the key things is risk management. Just stop out when you need to. Don't give them more than what you are planning to give them, right? And just keep your risk tight. So let's see here, 406. I'm out. We're getting to it. I'm hoping that 40650 will bounce it back up. That's the new low of the day. But yeah, but these reversals are very difficult. Now, that's the downside. The upside to reversals is when I see people making 7 Rs, they're doing it on this reversals. All right, 406 is my stop. We're going to get out of it. 406. Wow, we're going right to it, huh? My goodness. I did not think we were going to hit that, but we are. We're ready to get out. 406. We'll jump out of this, but we are going right to it. No mercy. As Brian will say, the humanity is what Brian will say right now. 40603, right? We're hockey's ready. We're not getting the bounce. Doesn't look like we are. 40610, 11, 406.8, 40605. Wow, we're dabbling right on it. 40603. Ooh, so close. So close. Wow, 17, 16. It's trying. It is trying. Fingers on the hotkeys. Yeah, I think so, man. I think it's, oh, there we are. We're out. We're out. We're out. Oh, we didn't get filled. That's not good. That's gonna be a big loss here. Oh, come on, you gotta get back up. Oh man, that is gonna be a nasty loss. Come on, seriously? That's not good. Give me back my 70 cents. Give me back my 70 cents. You're not gonna do it, huh? You bastard. We're just talking about risk management. You're gonna make me look this bad. You are unbelievable. Tesla. I'm out. Unfreaking believable. You are, wow. That is, yeah, we're a max loss today. Oh my goodness. What I didn't get filled. Right on the spot, did not get filled. It dropped so hard. That is such BS. You know what? I gotta take that off. It's that limit 5 cents order thing. If you hit it and I think I got like 3 cents. Let me check right now. Actually, what I got. I gotta take that out. That's a problem on stocks like this. Let's take a look. What do we have here? Never happens, but I notice with when stocks move so aggressively like Tesla, it tends to happen a little bit more. I do want to look at my P&L. I'm not gonna look at that. Not today. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see here. What is going on with the hotkeys? That was brutal. All right, let's see here. What do I have? Yeah, plus 3 cents. That's too tight. That's too tight.
Hello, Carlos.
Hey, Peter. Good morning, man. How are you?
I'm back.
Nice.
I'm great,
How
thank
was
you.
trading? How was trading today?
Well, I
What?
didn't end up getting any trades, so we're just watching.
No
But
way.
well, that's the way it goes. But P Capital, it's a ongoing dialogue. I'm just describing my logic, what I'm
Yeah.
thinking about, what we're looking. It's sort of more educational. So we're hopefully it was valuable for everybody. But so we finally got some moves here. Eh? The market dropped in the last 20
Dude,
minutes
and
or so,
you
20,
won't
30
believe
minutes.
how bad I've been trading today. It's just unbelievable. I'm actually at max loss. You won't believe it.
Oh no.
On such a beautiful day. Let me get you in here. Just get the cameras for
Oh
you.
no.
Yeah, man.
That's
It's
I'm sorry to hear that.
been a
What
horrible,
happened?
horrible day.
Am
Just
did you miss me? Is that what
I
happened?
missed you.
What
I missed you, and it's all your fault. You cannot
Oh
leave
my
me here by
goodness.
myself. Nah. No.
I can't
No,
be
I
trusted on my own.
can't be trusted on my own, man. No, actually,
Okay.
no, we had some good. We had short didn't work out, stopped out. We went long, didn't work out, stopped out, and then we got this massive drop. And here's where I screwed it up, trying to take a stride I don't trade reversals, and I had a
Oh,
really
yeah.
nasty loss here. I mean, this is not my strategy. I shouldn't be trading
Yikes.
this crap, but man, and look, now it's gonna probably reverse. Timing. This is why I don't trade reversals, because timing on reversals is so difficult. It really is. But man, these strategies can make you some good money. But the timing is just so tough. It really is.
Yeah.
Um but
Well, which is why, as I was describing to my friends at P Capital, why I've got so many
yeah.
rules around them, right? Because that's how
I
for me, what
know.
gives me confidence. It means you miss a lot of opportunities, but all of my
Yep.
rules give me a higher, success probability. So I'm a reversal trader primarily, but like a very rule-based one. So, and I got to tell you, those reversals in Tesla would not anywhere near have met my rules. So,
Yeah, no, I bet. I bet. Oh
oh well. Live and learn, eh, Carlos? Sometimes I
man.
guess we
You know
all
what?
have to learn the hard way.
This is a great reminder why I don't trade reversals. They look so tempting, and now probably it's gonna go. And now it's probably going to go. And it's just
Yeah.
like, ah. But no, I can't take another one here. No way. I'm definitely at max loss, so I can't dabble no more.
Can't do it.
No,
Not
I
gonna
can't
do
do it.
it.
I want to. We'll do it right
Eh,
here, right here. I want to go long right here again. Oh man, and I think it's gonna go, but I can't touch. I said I'm not trading no more. Come back tomorrow.
Yeah, it's good. That's smart. You're
Come
frustrated,
back
go dig
tomorrow.
out that car.
You know what? It's actually a lot of it. I noticed this morning. A lot of it has You saw how much I sent you from the top. It's
Yeah.
shrinking a lot. So the warm weather is helping. I think the warm weather is gonna get rid of the snow pretty quickly. We're going up to It's already 40. We're going up to 45 something today. So once that sun starts hitting that, it'll be out before I know it.
Yeah,
Meant to.
you need the
Yeah.
sun to hit the metal of the car, and it
Oh
heats
yeah.
up
Yep.
faster. It'll start to melt it.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I don't think this is a dead cat bounce, man. I think this one's gonna go a mental game. I think this one is going, and I'm not in it. But yeah, I think this is gonna
Don't
go.
do that to yourself.
Nah, I'm not
You're
gonna. Yeah, no, I'm gonna leave it alone. Listen, learn my lesson. Do not trade reversals. I'm not a reversal trader. That's it. Be done with it. It is not my strategy, and this is why this just proved it. So no trades for you, Peter. I would think today you would have had like a Nvidia short, a Tesla short. They're both really good, but I get it, man. When you're running the chat, it's a little bit tougher to focus on the actual trades. Um,
Yeah, I'm just taking it easy here, not again, I'm waiting for my setups. Didn't see anything. I was watching it's funny because I was watching Nvidia at the open. I was short biased on Nvidia and I was actually looking
mm-hmm.
at it for a drop, but I needed
Yep.
this is what I call lead balloon, which is a variation of the fallen angel, sorry, a rising devil trade. And
Mm-hmm.
it didn't pull back. Like it just
Mm.
sold off and kept going, which is a
Yeah.
shame
Yeah.
because I
Yep.
mean, in hindsight, you're like, oh my God, look at that awesome move. But it didn't give me the entry that I was looking for, unfortunately.
Mm. Back in CRCL, yeah, CRCL has been doing awesome. As far as the daily goes, and this morning to another pop up, and it's again, it's one of the only tickers that, not one of the only ones, but one of the few tickers that did not sell off with the market. Like it just stayed up here. So again, just showing a lot of strength, and that might continue.
Yeah.
Who knows?
The TTD was another one that I was watching that looks very similar to the CRCL. It had a good rise off the open and is just now moving flat
It's hanging there.
sideways
Yep.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. No, it's definitely gonna be a cigar day. I'm definitely gonna have a cigar at lunchtime. It's gonna be warm outside. I'm gonna sit in the snow, light up a cigar, and think about this reversal stupidity. That'll make everything. That'll make everything better. Oh
Yeah.
man. Uh, no,
Karen,
I
Karen BBT, what are my main rules for reversals? I've got a number of different reversal trades. The primary one that I trade is my Mountain Pass, and look, it's got to set a low of day on volume, and then it needs to pull back and retest the low. Once the retest happens and you see a little bit of strength in it, so basically it's got to retest without moving past it on lower volume than it originally hit the low with, then I would take it long, stop below the low of day, and for a move back up to VWAP would be the ultimate objective. So, that's very high level the rules. I've got a number of other rules about how far it's got to move, how deep the pullback's got to be, things like that. But if you're interested, there we have webinars on that. I mean, I talk about it. We're both short versions and long versions of the Mountain Pass. Let's do this quickly. I can show you guys this.
come on.
Find it here.
Uh, I would do it, but I'm gonna be disciplined. Look at this
Carlos is
reversal.
still
Look,
agonizing over
I
it.
no,
He's like,
this is
I want to be
tough.
disciplined. I want to be disciplined.
Oh man, it's gonna
I
go.
want
This
revenge.
and just and look where they got me. You see this? It's like they were waiting for me to get out, and then
If
they
you
go
want to
up.
take us, Carlos, if you could quickly put the screen that I'm sharing up
Yeah.
there for all of our friends.
Oh yes, yes,
Uh,
I see that.
here's the quick summary for the double bottom version of my Mountain Pass strategy. You can, it'll now be recorded on YouTube so you can see it. It's no description, but here's all the things I look for, right? This is a chart that normally builds, so it's not as confusing as it looks when when I present it. But so there's the double bottom. There's what it looks like as a double top. Same measures, just in inverse. So there you go. There's the criteria in a nutshell. On one slide, that's what it looks like. So that's the type of level of criteria that I look for in a trade. Now, when I talk to you guys here, obviously I'm doing a lot of this stuff mentally, right? And I'm running through my checklist and seeing does it have the criteria? Is it meeting my rules? All of my trades have sort of that level of detail, but gives you an idea of how we look at it. And this is the type of stuff that we teach at Bearable Traders and that we focus on developing as part of P Capital trading. So you're still staring at
Agreed.
Tesla, aren't you, Carlos?
I have it up, but I was looking at something else. But I have it up here, and I was
Okay.
just like, you. Oh boy. Oh, and timing. Timing is everything. Timing, timing, timing.
JC,
And
you're
my
making fun of me.
timing.
Could I add more blue lines? As I said, when I actually present it, it only has one at a time. It shows you where things are, and then
Good
they
morning,
disappear.
everybody.
I was showing you the.
Good morning. Good morning.
Is that Andrew?
Yes,
That is
sir.
Andrew.
How are you doing?
Andrew.
I'm
How are
getting
you
this
doing,
all
sir?
organized.
It's been a busy morning. I've been here. I went to trade with our friends at P Capital. I'm back.
Nice.
We're
You are the man
Good
for
busy,
morning.
us.
busy.
Busy,
Good morning.
nice. But did you have a good
Oh, hey,
day?
Brian. Welcome back, Brian.
Thank you.
You left your private jet on the runway and came to join us today.
Carlos, can you go to chat room as well?
Yeah, I had to reset. Doing it right now.
Yeah,
Okay, there's
that was
volume.
pretty amazing. I was really surprised how good the internet was. I turned on my trading platform, not really expecting much, but man, it was as good as being in the office. The only thing I couldn't
Yeah.
do was I couldn't turn on a microphone because it was would have been really noisy.
Right. That's
Okay, got
that's
it.
pretty baller, man. That's you
I
needed a
know, eh?
champagne flute and
I know.
some pretty people around you,
That
and then you would have been
yeah,
fine.
that was coming. I just had to wait till we got up to altitude, and they were going to come around with the champagne, the orange juice, champagne and orange juice.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
So I'm going to add a little bit more on NVDA here at 186.20. So I'm long NVDA. So Brian and I tried to take a reversal on it. Uh, so we did
Earlier.
three
Yeah,
trades on NVIDIA for reversal. One here, stopped out, one here, stopped out, and now this one is working. So we want to see if this one actually continue going higher. Um, if you can get to 187, that would be nice. Um, so I'm profitable now, but Tesla at the open, Brian and I shorted that. So let's see, go through the trades that we did. So we did a short on Tesla. And then we got a stopped out, and then it came down. I shorted again, and I got a squeeze. So eventually, I ended up red on Tesla. So this was a really nice trade on Tesla. Actually, this was the first trade, and then I shorted again, and I got a squeeze, but I never really touched it again. But NVDA is a trade that is now this reversal is working. So on a daily chart, NVDA sold off to the previous day close, went there. There was another level here, and now it's bouncing back on the moving average. This is a 50 moving average on daily chart. So it's this area that is trying to find a bottom. But it looks like the whole market is bouncing together. So it's not only the NVDA that bounced back on a short term, like same as the SPY. So it's very similar, the chart. So Brian took the SPY here. This is the engulfing that
yeah.
Brian found and the SPY calls. Which call did you buy?
Which on the SPY, the
Yeah,
685s. Yeah, 685s.
yeah, just right in the money.
Yeah, I mean, I had a really nice trade right at well, actually, I entered the Nvidia short even before we started the trading session. I entered about 196.50 when it really started to when I turned my computer on, I could see it sort of slowly rolling over. So I had a nice short right from even from the pre-market, which I don't usually do a pre-market trades, but this one was a little too obvious. It was actually gapping up but trading below the VWAP. So that's a setup for me for a opening range breakdown, or I call that a lead balloon trade. I think I traded when we were in Vegas. We were doing the we were doing the live trading session at the open, and I did a very similar trade yesterday on AMD, gapping up on the Meta News, and but it was selling off, trading below the VWAP, and I shorted it at the open. It worked out really well.
Ryan is a man with a short.
Yep, I'm a short man.
You are a short man.
But big on impact, Brian.
With a big heart.
Yeah, it was pretty good. So, Peter, we were talking about the funded account traders. We had another one in Tanzania that they got $10,000. So that would be the
Nice.
fourth person. What's happening in Tanzania, Brian?
I think it's something they're eating there.
It's amazing. Or maybe the hustle that they have. Like the people who are coming from the poor countries, they have a drive and hustle to learn. And it's
Yeah.
trading something that you don't really need a lot of capital to learn. A lot of simulators are free and very cheap price. Like I also come from Iran, I didn't have any money growing up. Our family was really lower middle class. So the drive of wanting a new life is something that I think has an impact.
I would agree. That makes sense.
Yeah. Peter, were you born into wealth, huh? You were with the silver spoon.
No,
What
I
are the
mean, we were middle class. My dad was a government worker. My mom was a teacher. So, we were comfortably middle class. But,
so no
I
silver
became a
spoon.
corporate executive very young. So I sort of moved up the chain myself, experiencing all of the high-end stuff, right? As a corporate executive, you get treated very nicely. I got to travel business class everywhere around the world, hobnob with celebrities and business moguls and, multimillionaires and all those people. So you get used to that type of lifestyle. So yeah, I think you're right. There's certainly a comfort that comes with that.
Right? Do you miss corporate life?
Not at all. No,
Not at all. You don't miss all the luxury.
no. Because it comes with so much political BS and stuff. I don't miss that at all, right? It's
Mm.
yeah, soul destroying. But you only realize it once you're out. When you're in it, you think it's awesome, right? And this is the way the world should be. And you really you revel in that stuff, right? Because you absolutely love it. But once you get out and get a little perspective, I've realized how artificial and fake it was. They would stab you in the back and climb over your dead body for, one rung up the ladder, right? To become a vice president. They would kill you if that's what it took to get there. And, it's not a healthy environment in the
That
long run.
that is true, having
Oh,
experienced that myself.
There you go.
really, Brian, they wanted to kill you too when you were working at Lafarge?
Well, they were certainly prepared to stab me in the back at any opportunity to make themselves look good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad. I'm glad I'm not into corporate life anymore.
No. But when you're there, you think that's just the way the world works, right? That's people being aggressive and being drivers, and we're masters of industry. And it's only when you get out with some perspective you realize this is not really healthy. So,
I guess, yeah, you're right. All right, so I'm still an NVIDIA, guys. We have only a few minutes left. Is there any question about the trades that we did today? Joby, what's up with Joby? Joby is the one that is creating these flying cars. Is that the same, that
Yeah,
company?
Joby's Joby's the electric vertical lift vehicles.
Yeah. I saw that they have this in Dubai with partnership with Uber. That's crazy. That's so nice. I don't know if I trust getting in there, but
An an electric helicopter.
yeah, electric. It's like electric drone mostly. So let me see
Yeah,
what's
it's
the
it's
Joby Dubai
basically,
Uber.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You you can you can
It's
rent it
okay
through
for
Uber Air in
Yeah,
Dubai.
so
yeah.
here it is. Yeah, I don't know
So
if it's actually out still or not, but let me see. I saw that some videos here. So this
There
is
they are.
this is the
Yeah.
one, and it's crazy that you can get in there and it's gonna go. It's like a really crazy drone. Uh, but I think it's only Dubai or these very advanced societies they can do that. I don't think it's gonna be very Vancouver. Vancouver just accepted normal Uber 2 years ago. Like, it's
But
crazy.
well, Andrew, they've issued contracts from the LA Olympics for 2028 for
Okay.
yeah,
drone service to get people from the airport to the Olympic venues. So they're planning to fly these over Los Angeles.
Yeah. I guess they're like helicopters, smaller helicopters. So we do have a
Right.
lot of helicopters in and out, but that's also very interesting. Yeah, it's great. I think it's
it's
happening.
it's 1886 all over again.
Buy tulip, huh? Is that buy tulip?
Yeah,
Well, that was the 1600s. Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah. Was that was the book, wasn't it? 1986 or what was that book?
1984.
1984. That's what it
1984.
was.
Yeah. With the firefighters that they burn books and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah,
yeah,
that's something. Yeah.
All right, so market is slowly pushing higher, SPY is pushing higher.
yeah.
Um, Tesla is also bouncing back. The whole market seems that they're bouncing back the same pattern. So look at this pattern on Tesla, and now I switch to SPY. See, same pattern here. So again, see this pattern, and again, this is the signal of engulfing. So if I switch to Tesla, it's pretty much very same pattern. You see, I just changed it. So it looks like the whole market is bouncing back together. So what you can do is like Brian, you can do SPY calls, or which is very. Let me bring back a SPY calls for example. They're very powerful. Like let's see, it's at 485, huh? No,
Yeah.
685.
Like we're heading to the VWAP here on the SPY at least.
So see, this is a SPY call chart. So again, very similar pattern that you see here. From $2, but the nature of the options are helping you from $2 to $4 almost now. So this is like 100% move, while the SPY moved only how much you moved, like 1% or something like that. So sorry, that 50% move. It's like a 50% move. So that shows the power of options. And again, so this is a SPY call 685 for 2 days, 0 DTE. So and this is the SPY move. So this put together, see completely same.
Here, right at these moving averages.
Yeah. So yeah, options are one way of getting rid. So Jimmy is asking, okay, when do you partial? So my partial is like, okay, if you are taking a long on the SPY here and you put a stop loss down here, so this is your risk. I usually stop partialing at the first R that I have. So the second R and then the third R would be probably revap that you're getting. If you don't, have any obvious level, then I'll go based on the amount of risk that I did. Like for NVDA, for example, like when in my last trade, so when I went long here, I put a stop loss here, and then I knew we have some moving averages on a 5-minute chart, so I really wanted to get around this area. So I didn't partial in the first R, kind of partial in the second R that I had. So that's and then I added more, and now we're going to go to 187. And again, this is 1 minute. You can look at the 5 minute. So if I switch to 5 minute, so one very important level could be this moving average. Another one would be this level that we're bouncing back. Oh, in percentage, I do 10%. I do 10%. All right, so NVIDIA is going up too, but not a bad idea to book some profit here. At 187.
Getting a nice breakout. We're breaking out a bit on Nvidia now.
Yeah, it looks like it's really going up.
Okay, AMD is getting interesting again. SPY and the Qs are just stuck in a range right now. We're just trading the 9 EMA and the 20 EMA have really just on the 2-minute chart have really just come together. So it just shows you we're going nowhere right now. We're just very range bound. So there's some big options positions on SPX right around 68.50, 68.65, excuse me. And that was roughly where we found some support. So
awesome. All right, so we have Mr. Paris. I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Paris. I had a pretty good day.
yeah.
So let's see if
Yeah.
NVIDIA, I'm holding NVIDIA, see if we can go a little bit higher. Thanks, guys. All the best, and see you.
Thank you.
Today's Thursday.
Yep. We'll
Yes.
see you tomorrow.
In chat room. Cheers. Bye.
Cheers.
Later, everyone. Why can't we hear Paris? Can't hear you, Paris. No.
Okay, how about now? How is
There he is.
okay, perfect. Okay, how are you, Peter? How is everyone in YouTube and chat room?
I'm great. How are you, Paris? You seem as happy as always.
Thank you. I am happy because I pinpointed NVIDIA long for a reversal with Andrew. So very happy it's still working, and I'm still in it, added more at 186. So getting there where I wanted to be. So I had a pretty good day.
Nice.
NVIDIA. It blows out on the earnings, have that raises the guidance, showcases the guidance, and the stock sells off 5%. What the hell? And I thought it did pop up above 200 on the news, but then after it sold off, I definitely was thinking that there was definitely a selling at the open, but this kind of a selling was something I was like, no, because the catalyst is so strong. Plus the guidance was higher. They are showcasing some good guidance, and that kind of a sell-off was And I wouldn't be surprised tomorrow it goes to above 194 again. I think this is just a profit taking. I think today, I think it's just gonna, now it has found the bottom, and now very, very good chance that it holds above and claims the VWAP and then rallies and eventually keeps holding higher and then breaks out of tomorrow. Wow, nice. So selling some more on Nvidia. Okay. So I think first my major exit or major partial is going to be around 188.40. 188.40 or 188 area.
Carlos, can you enable Gary? He's in the game.
Who's that? Who's Gary?
Oh, Gary is here.
He's in the Zoom meeting. If you can add him into the.
No, they know who's coming. All right, Gary, I got you. Give me a second. Of course, you know who Gary is. There's Gary. I see him. Gary, can we hear you now?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, you
no,
tell
that's
me.
all right. No, yep, I can hear you now. All right. 1 second, guys. Let me get our funded account done. I almost forgot about it, so let me do that. And then it's already on, guys. So hashtag funded in chat, and we will get you guys that funded account. So 39 entries so far. So your chances of winning are very, very good. Let's do that, and then we'll hand it off to these gentlemen here to take you through the rest of the show. Just give it another second here. All right, here it is. Okay, 92 entries for the funded account. So we'll bring it over here so you guys can see what's happening. And we are going to give it to the lucky winner for today for our Lambos and Garbage Truck members. Guys, if you want to join, you can join right here on YouTube. Just click the join button and you can be part of the Lambos and Garbage Truck family. It's $5 a month. Gets you in there, plus exclusive videos available on YouTube just for you, and a chance to win every day on the funded account. So there it is. Our winner for today is going to, here it goes, Grace C77. So Grace C77, you are the winner. Congratulations. Email me, carlos@bearwoodchurch.com, and we'll get you all hooked up. So thank you so much. All right, I'll leave you with Paris and Gary.
Hey guys, I'm not sure if you can see me, but I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we
I can
hear you,
hear
see you.
you. Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, so I had a decent day. We were actually supposed to come in today, but I was able to catch an earlier flight on Thursday from Orlando, and we got in pretty late, which meant my daughter woke up much later, which meant I had to drop her to school bang at 9:30. So I missed the open, but I still got a couple of trades in, and yeah, can't complain.
Oh, very nice, Gary.
But and I think I got the SPY short, and I got the SPY reversal, but small sizes just after a while. So yeah. How was it? We handled the week without me, Par. It's almost 10 days. Man, because of the snow, we were supposed to come back Monday. My flights got canceled, and the next flight I got was Friday. I was like, damn. And then we did, I kind of
But
was
do
able to
they
reschedule.
give you like an accommodation too, or do you have to just figure it out?
I had it on my travel insurance, so I figured it out what to do with it. In fact, I'm just gonna do a little bit of marketing. If you guys travel a lot, Alliance has a great insurance. It's about $600 for a family for the year. And you know what? Anything happens, it covers it. It
Oh, wow.
absolutely covers it. Yeah, it's really good. And it's up to $2,500 per incident or 3 days or something like that. So it's pretty decent. Yeah, it was pretty decent. But the upside of that was we were able to do the parks in Orlando and an escape room. So that was nice.
Very nice, very nice. I'll definitely look up. I thought you would like even booking the tickets, right? It asks you, do you need a travel insurance there? I always say no.
Oh yeah, I don't even think about it. I'm like, no, I mean, even if I did not have Alliance, yep. Please, I don't know the link, man. I just a friend of mine is a travel agent, and she advised me because yeah, Chase Sapphire Reserve also covers it. In fact, even so does the one below it, Chase Premier, I think it's called. But the difference is this. Oh wait, why am I off camera so much? Okay, yeah, but the difference is this. This is a lot of it is almost no questions asked. Oh, Chase, you got to get all your receipts. I mean, it's great if you have it, you really don't need it. But if you travel a lot, like between my wife travels every 3 weeks to Boston for work. So if you travel a lot, then yeah, you want to do the Alliance stuff. It's really good. So when you got the NVIDIA long cars?
Yeah, I literally pinpointed the bottom.
185.50, 184.69.
Yeah, 184.50 and then 185. So 185 and 184.50.
Yeah.
That's where, and I added more at 186. I actually tried one at 186 area, 185.50 area, and it was finding a bottom, but I did not like the way it was like kept selling off. And I was like, maybe there is one more bottom at 185. And that's where I waited for 185. Wherever I was starting to see the buyer stepping in, that's where I went long at 185. I was like, okay, maybe it flushes below it and then finds another, like traps a lot of people who are buying at 185. So I waited for it to flush. And then when it started buying aggressively, that's where I think it was the tape that gave me a real confirmation. So, and
690 is totally on the cards, by the way, on SPY.
690, okay. Yeah. Yeah, Nvidia, I'm waiting for there's definitely a lot of volume, and I'm waiting for 188 or Reviva. That's what I'm waiting for.
188. Well, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm not gonna trade for the next couple of hours. But man, this cruise was so amazing.
I traded quite a few tickers, so let me talk about it.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, we'll listen to your cruise
Yeah,
story.
no, tickers is more important.
So let me show you on what I did and what is the miss. You have the exact thesis, but at the open, I did miss right thesis, but missed the moves that I was looking for, which was I was short on MU. So I was short bias on MU. And my thesis was to short around 430 and 433 area. That thesis was I already had the levels plotted. And the reason I was willing to short this thing was it was gapping down. And these were the areas. Let me bring up the Epic one. Let me bring Epic Pen is right here. Did it go? Okay. So if you look at the 30-minute chart on MU, every single time it goes to 433, it rejects. 433, it rejects. 433, it rejects. And you're going to live by that. So every single time, if that is the case, I want to use that to my advantage and 430. So now it was down to 425 in the pre-market. I'm like, okay, this is a perfect rising level trade. If it comes to 430, I'm going to short it. 430 and 433. So that was the area that I was thinking of. And then at the open, now let's look at the open. So now at the open, it did not even test the 430. It sold off and come back to 425. I'm like, okay, 425 is the new level. It might not even touch the 430. Because ideally what I want to see is that it pops up and then reject from there. That's what a rising devil looks like, but it never popped up. It basically held it, and 425 was sold off and then came back, and 425 I shorted it at 425 and then dropped below a $2-3 drop and then stopped me out at break even. So nothing crazy, break even trade. And then when it popped up, and this is where I was waiting for 430 and 433, but I tend to like, I was a little impatient that I would miss out on the trade because this was a pop and this was a rising devil. It tried to pop 430 and then rejected. And I'm like, okay, now let me get in at 429. But it never like rejected the way that I wanted to. And I immediately got out. I was like, okay, let me just get out. Now I was trading something else, and then I was trading something else at this point. What was that trading? I was trading IONQ. IONQ was in play as well. So I was trading IONQ. I did not catch this at this drop, but then when it like this was the miss that I had, and like okay, like what the hell, and I was like, okay, maybe it could be a continuation. Now it's again to the same area that I was interested in, 425, and I shorted the 425 again. It dropped another $2 and then stopped me out at break even. So, and then this was just a trap. And then again, I was thinking of shorting at 425 the fourth time, and this would have worked really nice. And from 425, it was down to 420-point move was something. So I had the
Wow.
right thesis, but it just couldn't capture it. I took 3 times, but the fourth time it worked. And you just don't never know, right? You just never know when it's gonna get that, but it's always, it's important to get back in again. Because when you have this kind of a move, like big candle right here, you tend to question yourself that, okay, now it's above the VWAP, now it's gonna hold and then go higher. And you tend to question yourself and then you miss it, and then you don't wanna get in here because if it pulls back, you're literally risking like $6-7 on the trade. So that's where you don't get a good risk reward. And you don't know when you're trying to get in at this point, you don't know if it's gonna move $20 in your favor, right? It's and sometimes you have to respect their. And if I would have gotten an entry at 425 again, that would have been my trade of the day. So that was MU. I did not lose money. I actually made money, but I'm very this was the miss, the trade miss that I missed out because my thesis was right. Thesis was and it perfectly played out my thesis. So that was the trade. Then the next is what I traded was IONQ. IONQ, I was very bullish, and usually these stocks tend to rally a lot. The reason being is IONQ was what do you call? Came up with an earnings. Expectation was it blew out, and one thing that I'm really like one thing I like to watch is what is the surprise on, let us say, on this one, right? And IONQ. And when I look at this particular IONQ, if you look at it, the earnings surprise, the estimate was to report at -50 earnings per share, but they actually blew out of it and they reported 1.93. Not just they were positive, but they blew out. And the surprise was actually 480%. Usually you'll surprises like, they most of the companies they basically match on the estimate. But this is something which is a blowout. That is one thing. The earnings, and they even raised the guidance. So if you look at it, they basically cut the price target of this thing. They basically came up with, they changed the reason. So they blew out on the earnings. They even had raised guidance, and plus the stock was also gapping up close to 17% or something, 17 or 20%. Yeah, something around that. And when you have something like this, you tend to believe that it is going to continue, like because it's a blowout earnings. 3 times the earnings that they were estimated, they were reported it. And it did, to be honest, it did at the open. It did pop up at the open at the pullback. Let me zoom in. I went long at the pullback right here, went long, 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 popped up, but 40 was a very, very strong resistance. It wasn't like popping above 40. Ideally, I want to see like pop up very quickly and break the high of the day, but it did not pop up. And I have to manage my profit. So have to manage my risk. So I basically got out. I went long again, stopped out. The third long, I went long, long, uh, cut my size, added back my size, popped up, and now I'm like, okay, now is the chance it pops up. And I added even more at this point for the break of the upside, and I just did not like why it wasn't it popping up on the high. And then I completely got out. I did not like it at all, so I even got out at break even point, not without waiting for the break even point. And looking back, this was the another entry that I was looking for at this point, but did not take it. And then one more trade I took later on this one, or two more trades. And two more trades were this one, where I went long here for the break of another high of the day, got stopped out. And this is the final trade where I went long, it popped up, sold some. This is where I added tier 2 size, pop up. And 44.40 was something that there was a strong seller right there. Every single time it popped up. So I kept taking profits around 40, 40, 40. And then when it broke out from it, this was my another level that I was waiting for, 40.70. So this is like literally a 70-80% move, and then it finally stopped me out at break even. So can't do much about it on this particular trade, but still profitable ticker, profitable entries and stuff. And Nvidia is not doing much. So Nvidia is definitely, I am definitely bullish on Nvidia to break the 188. I'm actually adding more, guys. Ah, my ticker did not. I'm adding more on Nvidia. Adding more on Nvidia. Let's see if it breaks out of the 188. Where are you getting that from, Jatin? The Nvidia? So guys, for Nvidia catching the bottom right, go and watch the tape on these areas, 186 and 185. Like go and watch the tape. It would like uh, there was a very clear indication. It's not like they usually you'll be able to time your entries like even in at 186, 185, 80, 185.72. Actually, now I remember it. So 185.72 was a very, very strong buyer. Go back and watch it. 185.72. So this was the area where I was like, this is amazing buy. 185.72 because you're waiting for it and it immediately jumps in. So you have a little bit of slippage on your entries. But I was able to identify 185.72, and then this was a drop, and 184, this was the absorption at 184.67 area or something. So Nvidia popping up, very nice. So let's see if it comes 188. You got it from X. So Zakin, yes, my broker is Schwab.
Where did the other?
So I am still interested in IONQ. Should I get long on IONQ? I think IONQ literally stopped me out and now it's going up. Idiot. So I'm thinking of long on IONQ. Yeah, now IONQ is popping up. I think IONQ has a chance to break the highs. The reason is IONQ like jumps a lot. It's not something that it would trade like Nvidia. It is jumping, like it jumps like multiple things. So it's difficult to. Yeah, IONQ is actually looking interesting. Nvidia is also popping up, so let's see if Nvidia pops up to 188. I'm selling some on Nvidia, 187.85. Yeah, that is true, Zelisk.
Okay, now I got this all sorted. All right, I'm gonna.
So guys, I took a long on IONQ. I took a long on IONQ. Let's see if it has a chance to pop up. Yeah, it's not popping up. Yeah, I'm getting out on IONQ, guys. Yeah, IONQ, I took a long at 40.16, and now I got out. I gave like 6 or 7 cents, but it wasn't bouncing.
Trying to
And
figure out what SPY's gonna do. I think we're gonna jump to 690 now.
yeah. Yeah, tell me about this cruise trip, man. How was it?
The cruise was awesome, dude. It's a humongous ship. If you walk from one end to the other end, it would take you about 7, 8 minutes. And that's a decent sized ship. And actually, if you do end to end, including the staterooms, it'd probably take you like 12 minutes. I was just talking about the decks. Multiple pools, multiple play areas for kids. The food was decent. I mean, it's a cruise, right? So you don't expect like high-end food, but it was decent food. Surprisingly better than what I expected, so I won't complain. And the stops we did were not that exciting, to be honest. So that I was like, fine, I can live with that.
So where were the stops?
We stopped in Roatan, Honduras, and they have their own island, which is actually pretty good. Their own island is really good. Royal Caribbeans, all the beach chairs, everything, a little bit of snorkeling equipment, and the ship had a water park. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. But yeah, and then there was just like 5 families, so that also helped. The kids bonded basically, so it was fun.
Very nice, very nice. That's beautiful.
Oh man.
I think Nvidia is looking to break the 188. I'm gonna be filled at 188. I will be happy guy after 188. 87, 89, 90, 92, 92, 88 again, 92 again. Come on, break like a boss. 95, 97. Let's lift. Left.
Let's see what happens.
Again, 90. It went to 95 and now it's rejecting. I'm gonna wait for you, Nvidia. I'll be patient. I know you have 188 in it.
All right, if this lifts now, we might get something beautiful out of SPY. I want 690. That's what I want. I did long it, by the way, as it touched VWAP around 1125. So I'm still in it.
I think 92 is here. Let's break. 93, 92, 93. Let's lift.
689. What's at 689? Nothing. But if we lose VWAP, I'm out, and then I will look for a long again. But I'm not looking for shorts anymore. I'm happy it closed over the 9. Now, if it rejects, then I'm out.
And which one are you long?
SPY 68.75.
Oh.
But yeah, probably out soon. I'll look for a long again, maybe near 688 if I can get it, if we close under VWAP. But right now, entry 688.50, stop loss 688.30. But that's still within the moving averages, so that's why my stop loss is not ideal. I'm gonna add more. Let's see what happens. There we go. Oops, got rejected. It's the 15. Let's see. definitely fighting here. I think we go down before we go up. That'll so be it. Still closed over VWAP. Yeah, rejected the moving average. Yeah, if we don't lift, I'm out.
Nvidia is lifting. So
Okay, that's
Nvidia
good.
has 30,000 shares to be filled at 188. And it's gonna break like a boss. 92, 93, 95. Now it's gonna lift. 96. Now it's gonna lift. Let's lift. 97. Again rejected.
Let's see what happens. 688.14. Oh, we might hit S4 before we go. Let's see. Should be all out. All right, I'm all out.
I'm thinking of adding more on Nvidia. Let's see if it gives us a chance to add.
Let's see what we get. Oh, we can go back to 686.
Adding more on Nvidia. So did not hold it. SPY selling off.
Yeah.
That's a bad drop.
Yeah, I think it's done. That was the pullback. Let's see what happens.
Adding a little more on Nvidia.
If we don't bounce back up, we probably go to 686.30, 686, 686.30. All right, then.
IUNQ is coming back up. What is Apple doing? Man, if MU trade would have worked, I would have been so good on the day.
All right, let's see what happens now.
Yeah, Nvidia is losing too. But I have a good question for Nvidia. So let's see. Tesla is selling off.
And this is a big sell-off of the 9 EMA on the 15. Damn, I don't know
What
how
is
low we can go.
Yeah, silver and gold are doing. Silver and gold are actually rallying. They're up a little bit. So Nvidia did not hold.
Let's see what happens at 686.75. If we close over it, we still have a potential to bounce. If not, then no. Looks like we're just gonna sell off. Oh, this is a full engulfing on a 15-minute. This is dangerous. We can potentially go back to 685.
Yeah, Nvidia is selling off heavily as well. Ideally, I should get like on a regular scenario, I usually get out when the moving averages converges. But
Yeah, this
in
looks
this
like.
case,
Let's see what happens. Yep, 685.75 did not hold. Let's see if we can get 686. Maybe even 685. No, sorry, it was 686.18. Let's see what happens there.
yeah, my average is around 186. It's coming close to my average now. That's not good. But it was a good money, and I still made good money on Nvidia. It's just that I would have been much.
Ooh. All right, partial here. And if this breaks, this literally this 686.30 to 686.20. If that breaks, we're going back to 685, I guess. I have one contract left. I have one contract left. Oh my God. Whoa, I didn't realize that. So I shorted basically as, yeah, this bounce from here. But please don't bounce. I shorted where I got out. I shorted like a minute after that. And now I'm holding on to see if we can get, it's gonna bounce a bit from here. It has to, right? Yeah, we're way outside. But this will come out. So on the SPY, if you see where it's bouncing from, and if you draw a line, that was the area of first rejection. So I don't know, Paris, if you can switch to change share screens, but
I think Carlos can do that.
is Carlos here? I thought he left. That's why I didn't even bother
I'm
sharing
here.
my screen. Oh,
Just,
okay.
reset it, refresh it, and do it again, and it'll come up.
Oh no, I haven't shared my screen yet. Hold on, let me just share my screen. Screen 4. So that is what we really need to break. Hold on, 18.7. All right, so you see how we have this big engulfing candle here? And I'm touching my markers here. This guy, right? And if you draw a line right here, hold on, let me just do that. We bounced, we came back, we bounced. Now this can break and we can go to 686, but this is the area of contention right now. A smart money concept, that's what this is. This was basically change of character, came back, retested. Can we go to 690 now is the question. Which is why I will get out of my short and call it a day. I'll call it a day. But if we break this, which I think we might, if we don't, then and we recapture VWAP, I would look for 690. And if we break down, I would look for 685. In the middle, I don't know who wins. So either your entry is right here, with this as your stop loss, and then you've already partial here, and then you think VWAP or 690, or if it starts turning again, new 1 minute low, or if it breaks this, then you want to see a retest of this and a failure for 685. I'm in the 690 camp. SPY's down 1%. If we close down 0.5%, that's fine. Nvidia broke the market. So let's talk about why Nvidia broke the market, right, today. Any thoughts on that, anyone? Why do you think Nvidia sold off after these stellar earnings? Anyone? No one? Sellers capturing profits? What profits are we talking about? I mean, sellers gonna, margins gonna. Growth slowing, anti-war, that is exactly right. Growth slow, because Jared said so, well, yeah, that also works. That's also true. Growth slowing. So why is Nvidia's growth slowing a big thing? Now, the clue lied in their margin expansion. Their margins did not expand gross margin significantly. So generally what happens is all these memory businesses are cyclical businesses. Granted, it's in a super cycle of AI, but they are generally cyclical businesses, which means that you have capacity, right? And if your demand exceeds capacity and your supply is here, then your price basically comes here, right? About here, but let's draw it properly. So if your demand is like this, This is the demand curve, right? And if your capacity is fixed, then this is the price you can charge. Now, as you improve capacity, and if your demand curve changes and it becomes here, and you improve your capacity, price becomes this. Now, if your demand stays stagnant and you improve your capacity, this becomes the area of contention from a pure economics point of view. And I'm not an economics guy. I'm just telling you just conceptually. So if your gross margin starts going down because you have more capacity relative to demand, it hasn't happened yet, but because growth is not incrementally growing fast, people are anticipating that this might happen. And the first clue is in that your gross margins are flat. Your gross margins are flat, which could possibly mean that eventually the orders would start shrinking down, and a lot of people have spent a lot of money relative to the price, right? As in, it's still a good business, it's still going to grow, but people have baked in a lot of assumptions and they are not coming through. They expected a blowout quarter that did not happen. So what that would result in is downward pressure on price. Now, this can be temporary. I think it should be temporary because Nvidia overall is not an expensive stock anymore with these earnings. So eventually you would see price coming back up. But when is that going to happen? Nobody knows. But right, today's sell-off is purely based on gross margin and not their beat and raise guidance or their, well, kind of pretty good earnings. Right. And that's the downside of a cyclical business. You don't know where the peak is from a price perspective. You were asking something, Paris?
No. I thought you were done. I was just saying that I was long IONQ one more time. I took a trade when you were speaking, so just
Okay.
I'm long from 40 IONQ. I have an unfinished business with IONQ, but IONQ seems like it might pop up this time.
Where can SPY go? I thought 690 should be hit. So if 690 is not going to be hit. Oh, look at that sell down. Now be wary of 686.20. If we hold there, then we still might bounce. But that would mean we go to 692, and that doesn't sound likely. Where is SPY going? 687, that's where we are. 686. Oh, 686. 686 is 80,000. 686 is possible, actually. 686 is totally possible. Just not that far. You're long IO and Q?
Yeah, it is jumpy, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. Just looking at this price action. I mean, on the 1 minute, it's this 20. Not for me. Yeah, this is not a good sign on the SPY. Let's look at the 30. Oh, this is the 30 is also now closing under, so 687. Well, I got 3 minutes, so. See, we rejected, we came back. And now if you go to the 15, all you see is we move back up, hit the 9 EMA, lost this again, move back up, did connected candles play right here. And now selling down, this should get us 685. I see no reason we don't get 685, 686 at least. But 686.20 is the area of contention. If we go lower, we can go lower. Time.
Man, Nvidia is coming to my break-even too.
They had rejected the 89 EMA
Yeah.
on the 2. Wait, no. Nvidia, sorry. Right here. Trend continuation, we break this. We get 185 again. What a sell-off.
Okay.
This looks like
Getting
we might
out
even
of,
Nvidia.
yeah, I'm getting out of Nvidia. All out of Nvidia.
Oh, dude, did you? Oh, you almost. How? I hope you got a few partials. Of course, Paris, you got a few partials. What am I saying?
I'm still long IUNQ. It doesn't seem like it has a strength to continue. Yeah.
Stop everyone now. Right now, where we are on the SPY is essentially the Fibonacci retracement right here. So you expect a little bit of move up. But does it hold? So it's only valid once we make a new high. This will be treated as a pullback. But ideally, we should have just stayed here. Now, if we reclaim the 9, then maybe we can see a move up. Otherwise, I mean, I expect a bounce. I don't know how high this bounce goes. But right now, this line is in contention. If you draw this, that's exactly where we bounced from and now where we are rejecting from. Resistance becoming support, becoming resistance, basically. That's the first sign of it held. Can we get back to VWAP? All right, folks, it's 12.
Oh, it is 12. Yeah, I'm still
Yeah.
long IUNQ, guys. My average is 40. It's still trying to pop up.
All right. See you guys. Bye.
Okay, guys, take care.